My name's Bill, and today we're gonna be looking at r/am I the asshole? And I'm gonna be defending whoever is the asshole. That's right. That's right. Oh man. Oh man. And I'm gonna try and not talk about the debut that we were all just watching. Oh, I have so much to say though. Who now? Thank you for coming to PV and good night later. Thank you. So like usual. No, I usually no. Oh, kind of. Shut up. Shut up. Shut the hell up. Resist the urge. I'm gonna resist the urge. I'm gonna resist the urge, chat. Oakland Temple, thank you, Pippa's a fangirl. Ah! I can't say like anything. I can't say anything. I can't say anything, chat. I'm losing you. Am I the asshole? I killed this kid, Pippa. I can say a little bit. I can say a little bit. There's this new VTuber, Doobie 3D. Cat, thank you, Pippa. I love you. No parasol. No VTuber, Doobie 3D. She's so cute. So cute. So cute. Monkey bars, chat. She got monkey bars in her room. She's so cool. Ah! 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 God. God. Got a rating for the stream? She's gonna be award 1 or 2! Yeah! What the hell? Oh. You're gonna DM her, right? No. Maybe at least wait like a year. At least wait like a year, you know? Like at least like a year. A year. Why? Because everything is still really fresh, you know? And I don't want it to be like a lot of other people are gonna bombard her. I don't wanna like add to that, and in general, like she should Kitsune, thank you for the $20! I missed the PPP. That debut was today. It was. It just ended. If she's secretly your fan, I severely doubt that. But I'm her fan, which is why I should wait and not try interacting. Okay. Whoa! Pool mode activated. I don't know what that means. I'll see you getting a monthly milestone chat. Can I get a welcome to the jungle? Welcome to the jungle. Welcome to you. Actually, I think waiting is a good idea. I also send midnight emails because the chance of people is reading it is higher compared to 11 AM emails. What the hell? An excellent madness, thank you. So what are you naming your law firm? Oh, darling, you just wait till she DMs you first and you ghost her for a year like a different subway. What the fuck, dude? Okay. Chat. I'm a little bit bad with DMs. Okay. Am I the asshole for threatening to sue both the school and the family of my daughter's bully? I, 30 male, and my husband, 33 male, have an 11-year-old daughter who's been going through severe bullying at school. It just keeps getting worse. It started off with what is just name-calling, but has gotten worse over the past few weeks. Context: she's adopted, which is something we've always been open about and celebrated as part of her story. That is a good backstory. If she ever became a streamer... Oh, turn the music down a bit. If she ever became a streamer, you know, that's a really good backstory. I was adopted and I have 2 gay dads. Recently, some kids found out about her adoption and started saying horrible things, telling her stuff like her birth mother didn't want her. They tell her that she's unwanted, tell her that she's a reject, which is not the case. Her mother loved her very much to the point she literally gave her life so she could be here. If this wasn't bad enough, a few days ago, she came home in tears with her hair butchered. They'd cut off 2 inches of her ponytail, well in class, all while taunting her names and laughing at her reaction. They will follow her through the halls to make fun of her on a regular basis now. What am I about to fucking defend, chat? Both my husband and I have been in touch with the school about bullying more times than I can count. I emailed, called, even showed up in person to speak with teachers and the principal, but all I got were empty promises. That they'd look into it. True, they always say this and they never do. Nothing changed and my daughter's mental health has taken a hit. She's anxious, struggling to sleep, and now begs us not to send her to school. Finally, out of frustration and feeling like no one was taking this seriously, we reached out to a lawyer to explore legal action against both the school and the bully's family. Only when the school and her parents learned we were considering legal action did they start to act. Suddenly, the school calls me to say they're moving the bully out of the daughter's class and claim they had a talk with her. The girl's parents reached out too, saying they'd talk with their daughter and promised it would stop. But honestly, I don't believe them. It feels like they're all just saying this to get me to back off and avoid the legal consequences. I worry that once the dust settles, things will go right back to how they were and my daughter will still be dealing with this. My family thinks I should give the school and parents a chance now that they're finally taking action, but I feel like it's all for show. So, am I the asshole for moving forward with legal action even though the school and the bully's parents now claim they're handling it? Wait, so who, like, is... What does this mean? What does poo mode mean? This is now a proctologist-only orifice. When a post is in poo mode, only users with enough subreddit and comment karma are able to post. If that doesn't include you, don't worry, check out new for other posts that are still open for combat. Okay, so the top post says not the asshole. So I'm... Chat. I am going to let you guys decide. I am going to let you guys vote. Are they the asshole? They as in OP. Is OP the asshole? If you guys vote that OP is the asshole, I will have to defend them. If you guys say OP is not the asshole, then I have to side with the kids who are bullying an adopted kid. OP is a lot of things. My daughter should have been adopted. Easy fix. Oh god. Okay, 71% of you guys are saying no, OP is not the asshole. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. You know what? You know what? No, I see an angle for this. Chat, I see an angle for this. Okay. Chat. You know, bullying is part of how kids learn to communicate. Alright? And it kind of like helps people to like understand their place in society. Alright? That's not to say that you shouldn't try to stop bullying when it happens. However, you know, like OP, you're kind of actually the asshole, all right? You're kind of the asshole. Because not only are you not teaching your daughter how to handle this situation herself, but also, you're just pushing the problem off onto somebody else. You have the money to afford a lawyer, but you can't afford to homeschool your kid or send them to a private school? What the fuck's up with that? Instead of actually resolving the problem in a more meaningful way that produces better results, you're like, nah, I'm gonna be a typical fucking like Karen and I'm gonna threaten to sue. That's interesting. That's an interesting thing for you to do. Like something that you here's the a-hole because lawsuits are not an effective solution. Just move schools at that point. Yeah, also you're the asshole because now the other kids are just gonna bully her more for having a fucking pussy-ass father who threatened a lawsuit against another family. Now they know she can't defend herself. Now they know she won't defend herself. So if anything, you made her life worse. You know what? I'm kind of cooking. I'm actually kind of convincing myself, actually. You know what? You know what? I'm kind of convincing myself with this. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. He actually unironically is the asshole. Wait. John Brzezinski, thank you. What happened to sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Well, to be fair, they did cut her hair. To be fair, the kids did cut her hair in class, assuming that this story is real. Hugman, thank you. You should do a repoll after you made your case to see if you actually flipped the polls. You're pretty good at gaslighting. That's assault. That is assault. That's it's a little bit. It's a little bit much. That's a little bit much. However, your daughter should just beat them up. Reckless thinking, you're the asshole for denying Bully's hairstylist stream. You're kind of the asshole for not teaching your daughter how to stand up for herself. You're supposed to be a role model, and instead you're like, no, you gotta take it through the legal system, kid. Yeah, well, when you're a kid, you can't afford the fucking legal system. So now she's gonna have this, like, permanently ingrained in her life that this is, like, the way to deal with things. This is the way to make people stop. And she's gonna turn into, like, a fucking egomaniacal sociopath who her answer to shutting everything down in life is to sue people. This is not felt like you. Being honest bullying makes you resistant to insult. Flaky Bun, thank you. Disagreeing with the top up dude is always good. You know what? I convinced myself. Okay, is OP the asshole? What do you guys think now? What do you guys think now? What say you to my argument? What say you about my argument, chat? Put me in the clip. Yeah, but you don't just become a sociopath. No. You can learn it. You can learn it. It's a bit more split now. It's a bit more split now. Now 51% of people are saying yes, OP is the asshole. You know what? I'm kind of cooking. You know what, chat? You know what, chat? I'm kind of cooking. Okay, thank you. Also, an adoption will be a good story when she becomes a good streamer. What the fuck? I mean, it is. It is. If she became a streamer, she'd be like, yeah, I had 2 gay dads and I'm adopted. And my mom died giving birth to me. That's like a crazy backstory, dude. the guy with the one face. Thank you for the doing it, baby. Thank you. Thank you so much. Imagine winning a debate against nobody. What a hero. Hey, the debate is against your preconceptions. All right. Most of you guys said OP was not the asshole. And then I argued. And now you guys think OP is the asshole. So, you know, say what you will, but... Okay, next one. Am I the asshole for asking my grandparents how they could be so cruel after they accused my mom of the same? Let's change you. I voted yes both times. There comes a point where changing schools is just easier. It's what my parents did. I hopped schools so much. I used to... Music is loud? Still? Turn down more. Grandparents can be evil? True. It's not loud. It seems like it's probably fine. Okay. Okay. 2 years ago, my parents' marriage ended because my mom found out Dad was cheating and had another woman pregnant. My sisters and I, 17 male, 15 female, and 14 female, wanted nothing to do with Dad afterward, and he was not given any formal custody. It was a decision left for us to decide if we wanted to see him. We didn't. He had a daughter with the other woman a year ago. That's like... I feel like I'm kind of like interjecting. It feels like a little bit weird to like leave this choice up to the kids, in my opinion. Like, that's extreme. Cause yeah, cause like that's a little bit extreme. You know, I don't know. I don't know. You wouldn't force them to say it? Like, I feel like, I don't know. I don't know. It's not like they're grade schoolers. I guess that's true. They're older enough to make that decision. Fair. Okay, I'm gonna keep reading. Ah, my nose is so stuffy! Now their daughter was taken by CPS and is currently sitting in foster care. My grandparents, Dad's parents, want my mom to raise her so we will know her and so she will have us growing up. Mom said no. At the same time, they were trying to pressure us to accept visits with her so she'll know us anyway, but my sisters and I are not interested. My guess is they want us to meet her so we'll ask Mom to raise her. Mom did get a call and was asked if she would take her by social worker, but her no was the last contact we had with the social worker. We only had contact once before that where she was asked if visits between us and the girls were wanted. They weren't. My mom tries to keep me and my sisters out of it, but I have heard her lose her cool and answer the phone to tell my grandparents to leave her alone. I also heard my grandparents call her names and remind her over and over that my sisters and I are related to this girl, and Mom should want us to know each other and be close. I heard Mom cry the other night, so I called my grandparents and told them to leave my mom alone. They tried to defend themselves, but I told them to stop. I brought up them calling my mom cruel earlier that day, and I asked them how they could be so cruel. I asked why they didn't take their granddaughter, and why do they want her to be somewhere she's not wanted or loved or cared about. They spluttered over the phone, but I didn't let them really speak, and I told them that's exactly what they're trying to set up for her, and it's not good. I told them none of us want her here or want a relationship, and they're the cruel ones trying to force her in here anyway. They went crazy yesterday over what I said. Mom finally blocked them, but they're also trying to make themselves heard via social media. Am I the asshole? Welcome in, Raiders! Hello, hello! My name's Pipkin Pippa! And I am reading r/am I the asshole posts and defending whoever chat decides is the asshole. Is OP the asshole here? What do you guys think? That post is not the asshole. It was very courageous of you to stand up for your mom. She is raising an amazing young man. You are absolutely right. They are cruel, and this is especially mean considering this is your dad's affair child. They need to focus on their own child, your dad, and help him get the help he needs since he lost custody of his love child. 63% of you guys are saying no, OP is not the asshole. You guys are saying OP is not the asshole. I think, Chad, this is like my genuine belief here. OP is kind of an asshole, but OP is a child. Not like a real child. Like 17 is like basically like young adult, you know? But we're gonna end that off here. It's like basically a child. OP is not the asshole, but here's why. Here is why OP is the asshole. Or wait, actually, well, OP's not the wait. Okay, I'm confusing myself. Okay, who am I defending? Wait. I defend whoever is actually in the wrong. You're defending OP. You're against OP. I'm defending whoever is actually in the wrong. Okay, the grandparents. I'm defending the grandparents? Okay. That's good because I think they're in the right anyways, actually. That's perfect because I actually genuinely believe that they are in the right. Chat. Here's why the grandparents are in the right. The children should not have the ability to decide whether or not they want to meet their presumably child sister. You know, like this girl, this daughter of the affair, the bastard child, is gotta be like a couple years old, right? Like not very old. Yeah, the half sibling bastard. How old are the grandparents? That's not specified. Grandparents most likely do not have a house. So, okay, she's 1 year old. The child is 1 year old. The grandparents most likely do not have the ability to take care of a 1 year old. All right? They're probably living on their retirement in a house that is not suited for children. And they're most likely already pretty set in their ways with things, right? Like, and that's not just like, oh man, they could never like raise a kid. But most likely they probably already have like their finances and everything laid out to accommodate their lives, you know? Whereas the mom is already taking care of 3 other children. The grandparents could help with that. And I do think that they should. But I think the mom, I think they're right. I think the mom, even though it's not her kid, I think she should take care of it. I think she should take care of that child because it's not her kid, but it is the sibling of her other 3 kids. That's those 3 kids, right? They're all around the same age. So they're probably like feeling like pretty tight knit, you know? But that's still their sister. And I guarantee when they become real adults, they're gonna look back and they're gonna say, oh, I'm sad that I wasn't there for my half-sister. I'm sad that my half-sister didn't have anybody to take care of her, didn't have anybody in her life, and we turned away from her. And now she's lost to the foster system. I think as a last resort, the grandparents should take the child. But ideally, the mom is already raising the other 3 kids. I think it should be on her. I think the child should be with its siblings. I think she should be with her siblings. Yeah, she's gonna get adopted by 2 guys and get her hair cut. The other 3 kids are teenagers, not a toddler. True. That is true. Which means that 17-year-old is probably gonna be moving out soon to go to college. Which means there's hopefully going to be like a free space. Huh? Spider, thank you. Chat, read the title. Stop getting mad. Power Hugger, thank you. The situation is so dumb on all fronts. I'm gonna guess the grandparents are probably under 40. If the grandparents are young, I'd say if the grandparents are under like 60, then they should accommodate. I think if the grandparents are under the age of 60, they should accommodate. I think if they're over 60, it's really on the mom. Even though she's not the mom of the child, they're her kid siblings. You know, and that kid doesn't have anybody else. And it's not like the mom is like, oh, you should take care of it because it was your husband's child, right? If she didn't already have kids with that man, then I'd say, you know, like, not your problem. You know, the kid is not your problem. You know? But because that child is the sibling of her children, she should bring that child into her household. She should make sure that her children have their sister. It remains not her problem. I think it is her problem. I think it is her problem because that's the sibling of her children. The kids are almost adults though. The 17-year-old, like you could argue that, but Glad Pippa's just playing to the stream thing and not giving her actual take because wow, she's good at pretending on bad opinions. Zoge, thank you. She's just spiteful because the dad cheated. I unironically think that's what it is, Roland. I really think that's what it is. I think she's like, no, my husband cheated on me. This is some other woman's child. I will not raise it. And it's like, well, it's not about you. It's about the 1-year-old girl who needs a family and her siblings. You're not her real mom, but her siblings are her real siblings. Those are her real siblings, and she should be able to grow up alongside them, even though, you know, her siblings right now, they don't fucking like her. That's because you fucking hate your husband, rightfully, for cheating. So now they're going to look down on that baby as being like the source of all of their misfortune. And it's not the baby's fault. She's 1 year old. It's not her fault. What about the other woman's family? Well, if the other woman's family let that child get taken by CPS, then... Nice, nice, thank you. Okay, but what the fuck did the dad do to get CPS called? I don't know. Had to be something bad. Had to be something bad. I don't think the grandparents are in the wrong for trying to convince the mother to take that child. Because I think the grandparents know that that little girl should be with her siblings. I think they know she would be better off being raised by somebody who is of a more appropriate age to be raising children. The grandparents want what they think is best for the kid, yeah. The direct family custody goes to them, they can't transfer it to the mom. The CPS already reached out to her and asked if she wanted custody. But the siblings don't care, Pippa, because they don't understand yet. Okay, it's the like kids will be like, I don't want to eat my vegetables. Does that mean the kids don't need to eat their vegetables? No, they still need to eat their fucking vegetables. Kids are dumb. Kids are dumb. Yeah, teenagers are not adults. They're getting there, but they're not there. They're still kids. Anyways, let's see what you guys say. Drexel, thank you. Children should be raised in the house that hates them. Well, that's the fucking mom should grow a pair and not take out her resentment for her husband on a child that did nothing. A literal 1-year-old girl who did not ask to be born out of an affair. To be honest, if that baby ends up with the mom, there'll be a high likelihood of being abused by the mom, emotionally in the best case. Then she's a shitty person. Shrimp Radio, thank you, Pippa. So if you had kids with some guy and then the guy cheated on you and you had another kid, would you take that kid? That depends on the situation. Right? This is a situation where there's nobody else who can take care of that 1-year-old. You know, it's either the grandparents or the mom. Well, tell me, thank you. Alright, I read that. Alright. Is OP the asshole? I don't think this one is like really fair to OP because OP is like 17 years old. I'm thinking Pippa's thinking like a woman with a big heart. If women didn't do this, the world would be a very scary place. It's a shitty situation. This is a shitty situation all around. Smokes, I think you. Sins of the father are not the sins of the child. Similar situation happened when my sis abandoned her kid. Kids are innocent. They are. They are. Here she is, honor thy family. If something happened to my sister, I would do what it takes to take care of her kids. And those are not my kids by any stretch. So it's like... They're still family. They're still children. That's not the same. She's my half-sister. Alright. 57% of you guys said no, OP is not the asshole. But you like your sister. No, I do not. No, the fuck I do not. Alright. Alright, next one. Alright. Am I the asshole for not supporting my sister after our niece, her stepdaughter, talked badly about her publicly? The title might be confusing, so let me explain. All names are fake, by the way. I have two sisters, Jenna, 39 female, and the oldest, Kate, 36 female, is the middle. Wait, what? Oh, okay. I'm 28 female, the youngest of the girls in our family. Jenna started dating Joe, 40 male, in high school, and they got married at 20 and had their first child 3 years later. This is a lot of fucking numbers, dude. This is a lot of fucking numbers. Together they had Belle, 16 female, Kai, 14 male, and Soren, 13 male. When the kids were younger, Jenna learned that Kate and Joe were having an affair. She kicked Joe out and disowned Kate from that day forward. Who is Kate? Wait. Jenna learned that Kate... Oh! So the middle sister was having an affair with the oldest sister's husband. Oh no. Ooh, what the fuck? Ooh, that's spicy, chat. That's spicy. Lord Hendrik Grold, thank you for coming. Thank you for the gift, baby! Thank you! Traded in for a newer model. Oh no. That's fucked up. That's evil. The kids were all at least a little aware of the fact Dad and Aunt Kate were together too fast for it not to have started when he was married to Mom. It ruined Kate's relationship with the kids. They were close before, and Jenna was always glad that they turned against Kate and didn't turn her into Mom number 2. Kate and Joe ended up getting married, and Kate tried to pretend like she was just a stepmom to the kids, or more like a second mom. I sided with Jenna and made it clear to Kate that I thought she and Joe were so gross, and even if they hadn't done Jenna dirty, which they did, they made life so much more complicated for the kids. Of all the kids, Belle is the most vocally and clear against Kate. She has told Kate she hates her. She has made it her mission to make Kate's life hard every time she's with her and Joe. She doesn't ignore the fact her dad is to blame, but he's far less interested in healing his relationship with his kids. But Kate cares a whole lot from what I've been told. I don't really see or speak to her anymore, but I'm close with the kids and the other family members see them together sometimes. Anyway, Belle has really given Kate a hard time, and it bothers Kate. And until recently, she thought she could win them around, but she found out that Belle had spilled publicly to friends' parents, people at school, and people in Kate's life who she works with, that Kate and Joe had an affair, and Kate and Jenna are sisters. People have seriously turned on Kate, and it hurt her at work socially. She's also being snubbed more in general. Kate was hurt and tried to come to me for comfort and advice on what to do. Read Belle. But I told her she should talk to our brothers, 33 male and 30 male, or someone who does support her. I told her I wasn't going to be able to give any good or helpful advice and that she's just dealing with the consequences of what she did to our sister. She told me I could still be a better sister to her instead of refusing to offer my support. She said no matter what, we're still sisters and she did nothing to me. Am I the asshole? Alright. Is OP the asshole? This story is all over the place, dude. Is OP the asshole for not supporting her sister that had an affair with their other sister's husband? Basically, to summarize, OP is watching the relationship between two of her sisters. One of the sisters had an affair with the other sister's husband, and now one of the kids is telling everybody in town. One of the kids from the eldest sister's marriage is narking on the middle sister for cheating with... God, this is so fucking complicated. I hate describing this. I think OP just wrote up an episode of Dr. Phil for real. It's got nothing to do with OP at all. 79 or 78% of you guys say OP is not the asshole. You guys are saying OP is not the asshole. So, here's why OP is the asshole. For Hunger thinking we need a third option for OP sucks at writing. Here's the third. Okay. Here's why OP is the asshole. Okay. This is gonna be hard. Actually, no, it's not. I have an angle for this. Okay, here's why OP is the asshole. And here's how I'm gonna defend the cheater, which is not the easy angle, but... Okay, let's start with OP. OP is the asshole for getting involved in any of this. OP, stay out of it. You should be friendly to your sisters, okay? You are not involved in this. Why are you taking a side? Why are you taking a side, OP? Sit on the fucking fence. Alright? Because at the end of the day, they're all your family. They're all your family. And everybody sounds like a bit of an asshole here. Everybody sounds like a bit of an asshole. Your eldest sister, who was the one who was cheated on, is deliberately turning her kids against their father and the new woman. It sucks that she was cheated on. That is very bad. It is very bad that that man cheated on her, especially with her sister. However, she's being kind of a bitch by destroying any chance of those children having a semi-normal relationship with their father and his new wife. You are actively turning them against her. Tenma Maemi, thank you. Pippa, counterpoint, she was staying out of it, she was being dragged into it, and it could have been her husband. Spider, thank you. Lawyer Paul, good Pip on the case! You have to say she deserved it. You know what? The eldest sister deserved it, to be honest. She sounds like an old, angry hag, and the younger sister was just probably hotter and nicer. Alright? Here's what happened. Your eldest sister probably trapped that man with a baby. Alright? Look at the age of these children. Your eldest sister is... Oh, wait, no, she's 39. Never mind. I read the OP's age of 30, and I was like, yeah, that kid, fucking 16? 15? Evil maxing the defense. The eldest sister, she probably deserved to be cheated on. Because she sounds like she's a massive bitch anyway. She sounds like she cannot put other people's needs before her own, which is probably why she got cheated on in the first place. And she's making her kids' lives worse. Yeah, Jenna, 39, female. Also, isn't it interesting that you have two brothers? You have two brothers, and both of the brothers are siding with the sister that cheated? To me, it sounds like there's something more to this story. To me, it sounds like maybe, just maybe, something's going on here. Because that's both of the men think that the youngest sister is in the right. That's a little bit sus. And you were trying to stay out of it. OP was even trying to stay out of it, which means it wasn't so clear cut as to be like, you know what? Yeah, Kate, you are 100% in the wrong. So that's kind of interesting when you think about it. Paradoxical Madness, thank you. Your honor skill issue, yeah. Yeah, what aren't we being told? What aren't we being told, chat? It does not explain Belle, their daughter's behavior. It does explain Belle's behavior. Belle is going around narking that her stepmom is the sister of or she is, oh fuck, this is so hard to explain. The sister is saying, fuck. How do I word this? Okay, the child of the previous woman, the eldest sister, is going around telling people that her new mom is the sister of her old mom. Okay? Because the eldest sister, Jenna, is going around telling her to. We see, OP admitted that. OP admitted that Jenna wanted the children to turn against Kate. So she's just emulating the behavior of her mother. Michael, thank you. Hello. Hello. This is so complicated. This is like watching a soap opera. This is hard. This is hard, chat. This is a weird one. If the new mom is hotter than the old mom, then dad did nothing wrong. What's the timeline of events here? How did Jenna meet her husband? Is it possible that Jenna, you know, got with her husband perhaps at a younger age? And maybe her husband wasn't ever really invested in their relationship. High school? Yeah. Probably met in high school. And, oh wait, yeah, it says Jenna started dating Joe in high school and they got married at 20 and had their first child 3 years later. Okay. Yeah, it sounds like maybe Joe didn't really want to be in this relationship. Huh? Yeah, marriage at 20, that's pretty young. That's pretty young. Welcome, Ling, thank you. You paid to put a timeline graphics. Jose Papa, thank you. I object. Lawyer Pippa is lying, no cap. Who is Joe? Joe is the husband. Bro had 20 plus years to figure this out. We're not talking about Joe here, alright? Except for the part where we were. I'm just saying. I don't know. I don't know. What has Jenna done? What has Jenna done? Jenna would have been 17 when they got married. Wait, what? In high school and they got married at 20 and had their first kid 3... Wait, was she 20 or was he 20? Wait, what the fuck? Joe just wanted Kate the whole time but had to wait until it was socially acceptable to date her with the age gap that they have? Maybe that's it. Martin Panda, thank you, Joe Mama! She was 19. He would have been 17, 16. Jenna would have been 2019. You know what? Maybe Jenna's Jenna's just a bitch. Maybe Jenna sucks. Chat, what do you guys think? Is OP the a-hole? Is OP the asshole, chat? What do you guys think? Have I convinced you? Oh, I think OP is the asshole for getting involved in this, you know? I think you should support both of your sisters. I think you should support both of them. They're both your sisters and they both need you. Are you gonna let this go on to the grave? Are you gonna take this to the grave with you? She literally didn't get involved, and I'm saying that she should support her sister. Both of them. She should support both of her sisters. Okay, 60% of people are still saying no, OP is not the asshole. Love both, right? Support both? Nah. Then Blazingu, I love how the stream shows the duality of Pippa. I abstain. Fence sitting. Nothing wrong with a little bit of fence sitting sometimes, chat. Bad lawyer. Shut up. The defense rests. Nick Brown, thank you. Is it possible everyone sucks? United Tribute, thank you, Pippa. When in doubt, blame the woman. I tried that. It didn't win me any votes. God damn it. Alright, next one. Next one, chat. Okay. What? What is this? Am I the asshole for washing the underwear of a woman who is staying at our house even though I'm a guy? What, dude? Okay. Alright. I'm a male. I live with my girlfriend. My girlfriend's close friend is staying with us for a week. She is traveling in from a different city and sleeping in a spare bedroom in our house. One morning, it was nice and sunny while my girlfriend was sleeping in and her friend was also still asleep. I thought it was a good opportunity to do the laundry. I did all 3 of our laundries in 2 different batches and then hung them out to dry. Later, this lady was livid because apparently I'm a man and I can't handle her underwear without permission. I did all of our laundry, including hers, which had been dumped in a separate basket, but also in the laundry room next to the same basket that my girlfriend and I use. I thought it would be good if we just did all of our laundry and got it out of the way. I wasn't gonna expect her to do her own laundry while she was a guest at our house. Anyway, this girl was livid that I was manhandling a week's worth of her bras and panties and then hung them out to dry. My girlfriend took her aside and said I should go through lady stuff like that. My girlfriend took her aside and said I should go through a lady stuff like that without her permission. I think this is meant to say shouldn't. I didn't do anything wrong. I did a kind gesture. I thought they'd appreciate it. Is OP the asshole, chat? Is OP the asshole? What do you guys think? Definitely yes. 100%. So many people in chat are saying yes, he's the asshole, but 73% of the votes on the poll say no. The fucking difference between like the average listener and the people that actually type in chat is wild. All right, yeah. 73% of you guys say yes. OP, wait, no. 73% of you guys say OP is not the asshole. 73% are saying OP is not the asshole. So here's why OP is the asshole. Here's why OP is the asshole, chat. OP is the asshole because... Hold on. OP is the asshole because touching another person's things, even if they are a guest in your house, and even if it was a nice gesture, you know, like they didn't You know, it's a lady. It's a lady. You should show a little bit more like conscientiousness as a man. First of all, you know, like it's your girlfriend's friend, right? So, you know, why isn't your girlfriend doing the laundry? Not to be like gender roles or whatever the fuck, but you know, like it is like her friend. It is like her own, she's got her own laundry. You know, maybe she should do her laundry and her friend should do, or and do her friend's laundry, you know? You can, if you want to do something to be nice, you know, like people generally, would your girlfriend's friend want you to see her in her underwear? Probably not, right? So now why are you feeling like it's okay to handle her underwear? You know, like it's still her underwear, you know? It's still like, you shouldn't want to like, it's a bit much, you know? It's a bit much. Yeah, it's basically a panty raid, yeah. It's kind of like, you might not have meant it in a weirdo way, but how is the friend gonna know that? You know? How is the friend gonna know that you're not, like, sniffing them or something, you know? Like, that's used underwear. It's not even like they're clean underwear that you, like, folded up for her or something, you know? It's dirty underwear that you're touching. Phantom Lord, thank you. I don't want no dude touching my undies either. Yeah. You know, if you want to do a nice favor, why don't you do something... Why don't you do something else? Maybe, like, make dinner, or... buy dinner, or... You know, like... clean up around the house or something. I don't know, like, do something else that, like, the friend would appreciate. You know? Martin Panda, thank you. The sniff is the price for free laundry. No, I don't know. And then in general, you know, like doing somebody else's laundry, people are sometimes pretty particular about that. Some people, you know, like they've got like delicates that they don't want just washed normally, or they've got things that are like things that you know, like need like specific care, you know, like they can't be dried. Garden, thank you. I think he meant well, but he didn't think that you definitely shouldn't touch someone's underwear, even more so those of a woman's. Well, Leo, do you think you see this isn't a problem if you just don't wear underwear? Ah! Ah! All I hear now is a bunch of reaching. Kick them both out. You know, when you think back to like John Wayne, would John Wayne wash a woman's undergarments? I don't suppose he would, chat. I don't suppose he would. What would John Wayne say if you said, I'm gonna wash my girlfriend's friend's underwear? I think he would say, are you thick in the head? Weaviron, thank you. John Wayne wore women's undergarments? I don't think he did. I rest my case. Is OP the asshole? He'd call you a slur. He probably would. He's probably wondering why you're starting a conversation that way. That's alright, thank you. Important question is if he sniffed them before washing them. I bet he did. Adam Carlson, thank you. Objection, Your Honor. The accuser is clearly a woman, and also assholes can be right on occasion. Spider Dude, thank you. John Wayne did say some funny stuff. Yeah. 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 Not asshole, but still wrong. The number went down! Now only 63%! Never mind, 64% of people think OP is not the asshole. Jesse's not thank you. He would say that's a woman's job. Probably. You have to sniff to see if it's clean. All around, thank you. As the final boss, you need to defend 𝐒𝐏𝗽𝗏. Wait, 𝐒𝐏𝗽𝗏 is the song where it's like... That one? I remember that Northern Lion stream. Calling it OP the asshole is going a bit far, but he definitely crossed some personal boundaries. He definitely did. He definitely crossed some personal boundaries with a woman that he doesn't really know. Alright. Alright, next one, chat. Next one. Let's see here. Am I the asshole for not pushing for my wife to have a bigger role in my daughter's wedding? That sounds stupid. Am I the asshole for not defending my stepmother when my dad's family insulted her? I don't understand the question. Am I the asshole for telling my sister-in-law to stop playing poor around my kids? Let's see. Let's see. This sounds interesting. Oh wait, did I just close it? I just closed it. Okay. Playing poor, what does that mean? My sister-in-law, Lily, has been close with my family ever since her divorce. Recent divorce. Nice grammar. She's had a bit of a rough time financially since then, so she's really embraced the simple life. She often talks about how she doesn't need much, how money is a distraction, and how having less is freeing. My kids are 11 and 12, and Lily started babysitting them sometimes. But I've noticed that after hanging out with her, they make little comments like, why do we need a big house? Or, why buy new clothes if we don't really need them? To be clear, I'm all for teaching gratitude, but I also feel it's important for my kids to see that success and comfort don't have to be negative things. I didn't grow up with much, and my husband and I worked hard to build our life so that our kids could have opportunities we didn't have. I don't want them feeling guilty for what we have, but Lily's influence seems to be making them second-guess our lifestyle. When I asked her, as gently as I could, to stop making these comments around my kids, Lily was hurt and said I was trying to erase her reality and accused me of being materialistic. She said it's her duty to show them how the world isn't all about money and things, which I get. But I think there's a line between that and making them feel uncomfortable about our lifestyle. The conversation got heated after Lily called me materialistic and snapped, and I told her to just stop playing poor. Now my husband's family thinks I'm overreacting and says Lily's just sharing her values. His mom said that I'm being snobby or trying to shelter my kids from other viewpoints. Am I the asshole for telling her to keep her simple living talk away from my kids? And to add, I have no issues answering my kids' questions. What I have an issue with is the guilt Lily is trying to teach them to feel for having a nice home and needing new clothes. Is OP the asshole? Is OP the asshole for telling Lily, her sister-in-law, to stop talking to her kids a specific way? Legitimately interesting setup. This is an interesting one. This is an interesting one. I can see both sides with this one, you know? This one's kind of like... She could have worded it better. She could have worded it better. 73% say OP is not the asshole. Here is why OP is the asshole. Here's why OP is the asshole, chat. Actually, I'm gonna leave the poll going. You're free to revote, but I'm gonna leave it going. I don't know why I keep ending it so quickly. Here is why OP is the asshole. OP, you are the asshole for getting uppity about somebody else having a different perspective on life, and your gut reaction to your kids like starting to adopt that person's point of view is, instead of like reasoning with them and sharing your perspective, which you should have way more influence because you are their parent, you're like, no, stop acting like you're poor. Yeah, you're brainwashing my children. Stop acting like you're poor. Kids are easily influenced. It's better that they learn it from other sources because they will believe an adult family member easily. OP is the asshole for lashing out OP is the asshole for getting defensive. OP is the asshole for, instead of allowing her children to explore this new perspective, she's trying to shut them down. You know? There's a different... You might be, like, answering their questions, but are you letting them, like, try this for themselves? You know, like... What if the kids do want to get rid of some of their stuff? You know, what if they're like, okay, you know what? We don't need a big house. We don't need to buy new clothes. We don't really need them. Okay, so let them do that, you know? Like, they can move into a shared room with each other. They can start getting rid of some of their stuff. They can fucking go through their very own Marie Kondo phase, you know? Like, it's not their stuff. It is their stuff. They're kids. Like, obviously, in part, it's the moms or the parents' stuff as well. But let the kids sell the house. No, not let the kids sell the house, but, you know, let the kids, like, downsize. Let the kids share the same room. And then the kids are probably eventually going to be like, oh, this sucks. I want to have my own room again. I want to have new clothes. Why can't I have a Nintendo Switch like my friends have? Why am I stuck with a fucking 3DS or whatever the hell? Then that's a learning experience for them. It's like, well, if you want that stuff, you can get it, but, you know, like, think about the things that you already have and consider what the things that you previously said, you know? This is like, if I got my 3.33.3 bucks, let's go! Let the kids live in a box in an alley for a week. Don't let the kids live in a box in an alley for a week, but, you know, like, move them into the same room. You know, have them downsize. Take them to the store and let them pick out food that is like do grocery shopping below like a specific budget, you know? Like, she's getting so mad about it when it's like it's a learning experience for them. It sounds like they're pretty well-to-do, and if your kids are not going to have are fortunate enough to not have to experience like living a more low budget lifestyle, then like you should let them learn. Let them experience it, and then they can come out more fulfilled people. Acting poor is how you end up not poor. That too. Like, this could be a good experience for your children to learn what actually is important to them. You know? Rich people don't get rich by spending all of their money on Ferraris and buying big houses. You know, like, maybe your children here have a chance to be actually financially responsible and financially successful, you know? United Tribute, thank you. How far are we going with this? I don't see the aunt giving her house to the homeless Steve down the street. That's such a, like, that's such a extreme angle. You know, like I said, the children are complaining about living in too big of a house. Okay, well, let them live in the same room with each other. Have them downsize their toys. Have them downsize all of their things. Teach them budgeting. Give them a quote-unquote, like, allowance to live off of. And obviously don't let your kids starve or anything, but, you know, like, show them, like, how expensive things are. Tenma Maemi, thank you. Pippa is a father of 4. This is a bad idea. Well, I don't know. I'm not a fucking parent. Plus, Lily got divorced, but she's living super poor / frugally. That means she didn't get any alimony or anything? Why did that happen? I have no idea. I'm curious though. If you do think that's a bad idea, why is it a bad idea? Why is it a bad idea to let the children go through a Marie Kondo phase? Thank you. The way things are going, those kids probably won't enjoy the same standard of living as the mom anyway. Let them get used to that reality now. Good points, but I think the person could be a bit I think the person could be a bit snobby about being frugal. I mean, it's probably that the kids are over at her house and she's probably telling them, no, we cannot buy name brand cereal. And the kids are probably like, why can't we buy name brand cereal? And she's probably like, well, because I can't afford it. And you know, she probably can't because she's probably setting aside a good chunk of her money into other things like savings and stuff. A teaching shouldn't come from someone that can't teach them correctly. Well, how do you define teach them correctly? You know, like everybody's just trying their best as parents. Nobody is like a perfect parent. MCA, thank you. And if you're talking about Lily, then it's like, well, your kids are going to be exposed to other people and other people's ideas. So if you want to why not teach them? Why not teach them why like those ideas are good or bad from your perspective, you know? End of the story, the parent had the right to not want to teach them stuff. I think OP is the asshole for being dismissive. OP is the asshole for lashing out at her sister-in-law and trying to shelter her kids. United Tribute, thank you. The issue isn't the lesson, it's the aunt's attitude about it and acting like they are her kids. Didn't it say... Okay. Lily started babysitting them sometimes. Well, if you don't like it, then stop fucking having her babysit your kids. OP is completely in control of this situation. If OP does not like the fact that Lily is sharing a worldview with her children that OP doesn't like, then OP should find a different fucking babysitter. It sounds like she's not struggling for money, so it shouldn't be an issue. Oglai, thank you. Kids shouldn't be worrying about hypothetical social inequalities, especially in this climate. How old were the kids? 11 and 12. I think it's about time they start learning. I think they're 11 and 12. It's about time they start learning budgeting and shit. Zetamus, thank you. Why do we need luxury? We don't. But I want it and I can afford it. Simple as. Then that gaming, thank you. You don't give your kids that kind of power in their life. If you do, they will expect you to always do that. And at that point, you're a friend to them. That kind of power in their life. What do you mean? What do you mean? Like letting them get rid of their stuff? Swanee, thank you. Trying to erase my reality. Lamau, I'm siding with OP. Lily does sound mega cringe. Alright, I'm gonna do another poll. Chat. What do you think now? Is OP still not the asshole, or do you agree with me? OP is the asshole. I wish I'd been forced to learn how to do important stuff like taxes at age 11. Okay. The kids are not being forced. The kids want to explore these ideas. Let's make this 100% clear. The kids are wanting to not get new clothes. All right? It's not like the kids are going over to Lily's house and Lily's like, let me take your toys so I can donate them to the fucking Salvation Army. The poors need them. Then that giving, thank you. To tell you how they're going to do things. The kids are... It says they're making little comments like, why do we need a big house? Or why do we buy new clothes if we don't really need them? Why are you so insecure about your authority over your children that you interpret the kids asking questions like that as them trying to assert power over you? The aunt might be a narcissist. I'll give my opinion after. Okay, 56% of you guys are saying no, OP is not the asshole. Alright. Alright. Here's my opinion. Here's my real opinion. Everybody in here is annoying. What a fucking non-issue. What a non-issue. You're all stupid. Who the fuck cares? Who the fuck cares, dude? Your kids are like, I don't want to buy new clothes. And instead of being like, fuck yeah, I don't have to buy my kids new clothes, you're like, God damn it. My fucking communist stepsister is teaching them, our sister-in-law is teaching them to not want fucking new shit. God damn it. I need them to want new shit. Because, like, you have to spend money, spend money, spend money, spend money. Like, come on, dude. Who fucking cares? Who fucking cares? Lily sounds like an obnoxious twat, alright? Lily sounds like she's one of those people who is probably participating in some sort of fucking, like, small living trend or whatever the hell, and that's become her new personality, where she's like, oh, well, I can't buy name brand cereal because in general, you know, all cereal like this, it's just made in all these like same factories and stuff, and like you might as well, you should only buy like locally made cereal, or you should only buy like, you should not even locally made, you should only like buy raw oats and mix it with not brown sugar but regular sugar that you have then turned into brown sugar yourself in order to save 50 cents total on each bowl of cereal. Who cares? Who cares? Everybody's annoying. Everybody's annoying. It's good to save money. It's good to not buy new things just because you want them and not because you actually need them. You know, like buy new shit if you need new shit. Buy new shit if you want new shit and can afford new shit. Don't buy new shit if you don't want to buy new shit. Like, who cares? Welcome, thank you. I bet it's because the new clothes are ugly. Who cares? Who cares, dude? Lily sounds annoying and OP sounds very insecure. Speaking of buying new shit, buy my figure. Buy my figure. Pick a side, Centrist. I am picking a side that I don't like anybody in this situation. I think they're all stupid. Why do I have to pick a side when I think both sides are fucking stupid? Am I an asshole for not settling out of court? Am I the asshole? Like, if you want me to pick a side, okay, I think the OP in the other one with the eldest sister being cheated on, obviously OP is not the asshole. OP should fucking decide, you know what, yeah, you know what, actually my sister, like, does suck for cheating on, or for cheating with the husband of my other sister. Like, obviously, you're fucking a piece of shit, dude. Fucking piece of shit, you know? What the fuck ever. You know, she reaps what she sows. She got herself into that nest. You fucking let her stew in it. Who cares? OP is not the asshole. Next full edit, everyone is the asshole option. Hey, this stream is just me defending OP or not. All right, we can do a more advanced form of this stream in the future. What the hell is this? Am I the asshole for taking my nephew to the aquarium despite her parents being against it? This sounds like it's gonna be dumb as hell. I, 28 male, had my 6-year-old nephew for the day. The plan was to take him to the movies, but there were only 2 options for us to see. One of the movies he'd already watched, and we tried to make it The Wild Robot, but lunch took longer than expected, so we wouldn't get there in time. I realized the aquarium was close to the restaurant we were in, and he told me he'd never been. Full disclosure, I was vaguely aware that my sister, 34 female, his mother, doesn't support zoos and is against places that keep animals in captivity. Though it was never a deep discussion between us, I didn't know if aquariums were also off limits for her, and I didn't check. The boy was excited after all. My nephew absolutely loved it, and at the end of the day I sent my sister some pictures of him seeing the fish. Her response is, I can't believe you did that. And later, when she came to pick him up, she gave me an earful like I was trying to be the cool uncle and disregarding her parenting decisions. What the fuck? I was very upset by that. I was able to take him for the day when her babysitter bailed on them. I took him to a nice day out with all expenses paid, and instead of a thank you, I was treated like a transgressor. Am I the asshole here? Chat, this one's gonna suck! Oh, chat! Fuck! Chat! Immediate 90% no, OP's not the asshole. Of course OP's not the fucking asshole. What the hell is this? Defend the Karen. Oh my god, this bitch is crazy. Mason jar of ginger tea. Thank you. Best of luck, 𝐒𝐶𝐵𝗽𝗶𝗽𝗶. Argument, thank you. I would text him just to troll. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh my god. Pippa Karen, defender, attorney at law. Next time I do one of these streams, I'll put on a little lawyer outfit. Okay. Oh god, ACM, thank you. I live near an aquarium and that place is dedicated to the research and preservation of marine life. What was the sister smoking? There are definitely shitty zoos out there, but nowadays animal activists are so prevalent and so unwilling to let things go, usually rightfully in my opinion, that it is getting harder and harder to keep up shitty zoos. So most zoos that you see are, especially like the big zoos, in America anyways, I can't speak for other countries, but animal welfare around the world has been getting better and better as time went on, or time goes on. Most zoos are not bad. You actually have to look for shitty zoos. The shitty zoos are usually like private collections. Ash, can't do anything. You got your work cut out for you on this one. Soul, thank you. This seems fun to defend. Also, happy birthday, Pippa. They're attacking accredited zoos now. My city's zoo is in court over something dumb. It's so... It's annoying. I went to an aquarium 2 times on school trips. Both times all the dolphins died the day after we went! Holy shit, that's bad. Okay, shit like SeaWorld does not count. SeaWorld sucks. Alright. Here is why OP is the asshole. 86% of you said no, OP is not the asshole. So here is why OP is actually the asshole. WizRed, thank you for becoming Big PP. So. Your OP's nephew is 6 years old. That's a pretty young age. That's not really the age where they're able to do anything on their own. You know, like they can, they're getting there. They're almost there. No Twitter live post. Oh, I forgot to make one. Sorry. You know, most the 6-year-old that's getting close, but they can't really do anything on their own yet. So the child, I think OP should have messaged the mom to confirm that going to the aquarium was okay, because it was a change of plans. Because OP left her child, or OP's sister? Was it sister? It has to be sister, right? Because he's his nephew. His sister should have been informed of the change of plans, because first of all, something like an aquarium, like that's gonna take longer than going to a movie, right? Going to an aquarium is more of like an all-day thing. Going to an aquarium is Like, what if there was like an emergency or something and she couldn't get a hold of you? Well, she's going to be calling the movie theater that she expects you to be in, not the aquarium. So just for the sake of the mother being entitled to know where her child is, you should have updated the situation, you know? Okay, now getting to like the slightly weaker argument. Oh, well. Okay, you knew that your sister did not like zoos. And you know that an aquarium is basically just a zoo for a fish, for several fishes, and sometimes penguins and other shit like that. Otters, even. So how did, like, in general, like, you already should have asked the sister, right? You should have updated the sister. You don't even have to ask. You could have just updated the sister that you were going to the aquarium with the nephew. You should have ideally asked the sister if it was okay for that second reason as well, right? Because, like, you know, like, what if your sister was like Jewish and didn't want her child eating pork? You know, would you just disregard her belief and have the child eat pork somewhere because you weren't sure if bacon technically counts or not? Probably not, right? So why don't you apply that to her other beliefs as well? Right? It's about the ethics of it. It's about you disregarding your sister's ethics in favor of your own convenience. You could not be bothered to update your sister, A, about the location of her child, or B, what activities her child might be partaking in that go against her beliefs. That's kind of a dick move. That's kind of an asshole move. Not only did you hypothetically potentially put that child in danger, but also you're just a dick. Eh? What if he's allergic to fish? Yeah. Oh no, this is my lawyer. My ass is going to jail. What if the sister wanted to have, you know, like, the first memory of going to the aquarium with her child, you know? Like, that's something that people get defensive about with, like, Disney. Some people want to be there at Disney with their child the first time that they go. How do you know she didn't want to go to the aquarium with her child for the first time, you know? Like, you should update people. You should, you know, that is... You know what? I genuinely believe this one part, you know, chat, of like that you should update the parent of the child of their location. You know, change of plans, let them know. The jury is snoring. Shut the fuck up. Pascal Seltzer, thank you for exchanging the shovel for an excavator to dig her hole deeper. It's a good point. It is a good point. Alright. Is OP the asshole, chat? Is OP the asshole? Keep reaching, you're almost there. From midday, brother, you listen here, Squirt. We're going to the annual Hog Tie Carnival, and I'm gonna start you on a little one. Also, try out this teriyaki jerky. It's good stuff. Person is selling his life. Thank you. Thank you, Pippa. I'm in jail now. Okay, 83% of people still say OP is not the asshole. Chat, OP is not the asshole. I do still believe he should have updated the mom, just in general, you know, just to dot your I's and cover your T's, you know? But like, come on, it's a fucking aquarium, dude. Who cares? Who cares? He'll probably fucking go on an aquarium field trip when he's in school or some shit. Who the fuck cares? Yeah, the sister was more of an asshole about it. Cover your T, cross your T's. Strike your T's? What's it called? Whatever. Screw her, uncle had temporary guardianship. Just saw my lawyer and sent my ass right to jail. No! Not going to the aquarium if she doesn't sign the permission slip. True. Oh my god. You won't be saying that when a person takes your child somewhere you didn't want him to go. It's a fucking aquarium! It's an aquarium! It's not even like the circus or something where it's like, okay, yeah, you know, the mom doesn't like zoos. Of course she's not gonna like a fucking circus, you know? It's a fucking aquarium! They're fish! Whatever. Alright, 79% say no. OP is not the asshole. I don't think OP is not the asshole. I think OP had a little bit of a misstep, but he's definitely not an asshole for it. He's not an asshole. I don't even think he's in the wrong. He's just not really in the right. He's just neutral. OP, like, he fucking took the kid out to food in the aquarium and watched him for the whole day. And he did it with good intentions. He wasn't like, I'm gonna take this kid to the aquarium because his mom hates aquariums. Like, he was just fucking... like, chill the fuck out! He could have drowned! Man. What the hell? Am I the asshole for allowing a boy to pet my dig without knowing about his religious restrictions? Alright, now getting into that one. Am I the asshole for abandoning my sister when she needs me the most? Well, this one sounds inflammatory. Pet his what? Your what? Am I the asshole for abandoning my sister when she needs me the most? My sister, 20 female, and I, 22 female, are biological sisters who were adopted by the same family, so we grew up together. We were taken from our birth mother at birth and placed with our parents immediately. CPS is the one who removed us, but our birth mother willingly relinquished her rights to both. When we were teenagers, my sister kept wondering if we were full or half sisters, and so I agreed to do a DNA test with the help of our parents, which said we were full sisters. Once she knew that, she decided we both wanted and needed to find our birth family and find out who and where we come from. I never needed to know more than was on the file we had access to. My sister didn't want to take it at face value because so many lies are told in adoption, which I get and agree that there were many lies told, but honestly, even if it's not the whole truth, I don't have any curiosity about it. I don't care if we have more birth siblings out there or if our birth mother or birth father wants to know us. I don't care about meeting and knowing extended birth family. I've told my sister this countless times, and my parents have told her this journey is individual to each of us, even if the same people are there at the end for us both. They told her they would do all they can to support her, but to please stop pressuring me. My sister tried to convince them to talk me around, but they said they didn't want anyone to pressure either of us to make a decision we don't want to. My sister has tried to involve me in the search, and I have said no again and again and again. She told me she needs me along for the journey, and I said she doesn't. She wants me along, but she doesn't actually need me to be part of this. I told her I do not want or need to do this, so I won't, and she needs to accept that. She asked me what I'll do if she finds our birth family and starts a relationship with them and includes them in her life. I said then they'll be a part of her life and I'll be civil, but nothing else needs to happen on my end. She cried the other day that I'm abandoning her when she needs me the most because what if the file is true? I told her that she's risking... Oh wait, I told her that the risk she's signing up for and I can't and won't shield her from it. She told me we were always so close and she doesn't understand me backing out now. Am I the asshole? Alright. is OP the asshole for not going along with her younger sister's search for their biological family? Wow, it went to 100% no for a moment. The Mighty Quinn, thank you. You're scary good at this. Were you a lobbyist in your past life? Judging my chat's reactions, I'm gonna say I'm not good at this. If I was good at this, I would be able to, like, change people's minds. Hold on, I want a soda. All good. What soda today? I have Pepsi. I did not buy it. I did not voluntarily pick Pepsi. Unfortunately, it has been forced upon me. Which I'm grateful for. You know, Mamakin bought Pepsi. I was like, yeah, I bought it. It's not what I would have bought, but you know. Room temp Pepsi. Yeah. I like this format, chat. This is a lot of fun. There's a lot of things that we can do with this. There's a lot of different ways we could twist this format in the future. Meep, thank you for coming up, Big PP! Alrighty, you. Am I the asshole for buying Pepsi for Peepa? 86% of you guys say no. OP is not the asshole. OP is not the asshole. Okay, here's why OP is the asshole. Listen, you. Hi, Peppa. Hello. OP is the asshole because this is a situation that goes beyond simply her own wants. She is the older sister. She should be taking care of and protecting her younger sister. And if her younger sister wants to find their birth family, the eldest sister should do her due diligence as the elder sibling to help her younger sister. Yeah, Emoto must defend. Yeah. OP has the full right not to care. OP does have the right to not care. However, it is a dick move to not help your sister with something that is so meaningful to her, you know? She could choose not to spend time with the biological family, you know? She could choose, once they find their biological family, OP could choose, you know, she could say, you know what, all right, I helped you, now I'm done here. I'm happy for you, you live your best life. But OP is not doing that. OP is saying, no, I'm not going to help you at all. Why does she need help? Does that just mean loan to pay for a PI? It could mean a lot of things. We don't know. OP doesn't specify, which kind of indicates that OP doesn't know what her sister is asking for in general. Maybe OP is not, maybe the help that the sister wants is just like the emotional support, you know? Maybe the younger sister is willing to pay for everything and do everything, but just wants somebody by her side when she goes in to book appointments for things, or by her side when she's scouring the internet for stuff, or when she's trying to find this information. Kusa, thank you. Did you try lemon flavor Pepsi yet? I have not, but I've had lemon Coke. It's a pretty big deal to find your biological family. It could mean emotional support in case her family makes her feel bad. That too, you know, like maybe the younger sister is just scared that she's going to find her biological family and she's not gonna like what she sees, and she wants to be able to turn to her older sister for support, for comfort. Loose change, thank you. Fun to get your stomach pumped after drinking Pepsi. Like jumping, thank you. Younger sister sounds like the type to be talked into believing flat Earth because the government lies all the time. We don't know that much about the younger sister. We don't know much about the younger sister. We don't know what she wants, what she needs, other than she wants to find her biological family, and that her older sister is refusing to engage with this at all. You know? So she wants me along, but she doesn't actually need me to be a part of this. And maybe she doesn't need you to be a part of it, like she's too poor to afford a fucking PI or something. But isn't that even more meaningful that she wants you there for this emotional journey that she's undertaking? You know? It's not that she's trying to like get money out of you in order to hire people for this or anything. She wants you there. You're her older sister. She probably looks up to you. She probably relies on you. What makes OP the asshole? OP is the asshole for not helping and supporting her younger sister. OP should take her sister to the aquarium. Ah! She doesn't care and doesn't want to be forced to care. She doesn't have to care about her biological family, but she should care about her sister. OP should care about her sister, even if she doesn't care about her biological family. Director, thank you. Emotional support for what? What's so big about this? So what if she doesn't like what she sees? She can't just go, I'm so glad I'm not like that. It could be devastating. What if your parents said, I don't love you? Maybe they've already said that. Maybe that's why you're in my stream. Conwin, thank you. Maybe OP giving passive support, but sis felt more. I don't know. It says that she just doesn't care and she doesn't want to be there for it. It says that she won't shield her from it, which implies that it is like an emotional thing. You know? And I think that's kind of fucked up. I think that's a little bit fucked up. I think there are some lessons you should learn the hard way in life. You know? But I think if you let your younger sister go to her biological family and her biological family are assholes to her, well, she already feels like you abandoned her. So what if now she feels like she has nobody and tries to please her biological family, tries to hope for a new future with them, since you wouldn't be there for her when she really needed it. I don't know how to say your name. It looks Irish or something. Lamau, I'm here for the chaos, not mommy issues. How the fuck do you say your name, dude? If I found out my real mother's a VTuber, I'd be devastated. Yeah, what if she gets addicted to heroin? Then she's ungrateful for the family she was given. I mean, she's young. Well, I mean, she's an adult. 20 is still an adult, but it's also like your prefrontal cortex is not fully developed, right? Or your brain's not fully developed in general. You know, like you should look out for your sister as you would hope for your sister to look out for you, you know? Sorry, Pippa, you shouldn't swear allegiance to someone just because they're family. You'll regret it years down the line. I think these are two sisters that seemingly have been close. And she's not... The older sister is just not willing to help. The sister is actively not looking out for OP, though. What do you mean? What do you mean? OP is not like... There's nothing going on with OP that she would need to be looked out for right now. At OP's age, she's probably undergoing her own problems and path. What if this offends the older sister? Well, I think that's kind of narcissistic then. You know, this is something like deeply meaningful to her younger sister. Maybe OP doesn't want to open old wounds. You're reducing OP to just a support tool. I don't think you're just a support tool when you look out for other people. I think it's emotionally fulfilling for yourself as well. I don't think the only reason to be good to other people is because it's good for them. It's also good for you. OP is not just a tool for the younger sister. Maybe they don't want to meet their parents at all. It's Irish. Good eye. It's pronounced Aline O Griafa. But Alan works too. I'm gonna call you Alan. You got a cool name, Alan. I don't know how to pronounce it. I know you just explained it, but cool name. Cool name. I like when people speak like the actual Irish language and they're like I can't mimic them, but it's cool watching Irish people speak the actual Irish language. Because I didn't even know it existed. My clips like you actually convinced me on this one, Pippa. Oh, fuck yeah! So love a basic, I don't understand how OP wouldn't help her sister. I can't do that because it's just my sister. It's just me and my sister now. Deborah M. Crystal Praise, thank you. The sister is really the only person that can share this with her. There's nobody else in the world that shares her parents, so I could see her being needed. True. True. She convinced me. Actually, sway Pippa, take that W. Hell yeah. As an elder sibling, I can't side with you on this one. Alright, part 2. I rest my case. Is OP the asshole? OP kind of selfish? OP kind of selfish. You can't force your sister to join you. You can't force your sister to join you, but is your sister the asshole for not doing it? These are two different things. Just because you can't force somebody to. They're both selfish? Yeah, I think the younger sister is being a little bit selfish, but I think this is something that it's right to be selfish about. I think sometimes in life you have to be selfish, because if you're not selfish sometimes, and you're never going to get your own needs met, you're never going to be able to like fulfill yourself, you know? Does she need to meet her birth family? No. You know, like ideally should she be grateful for having a sister and adopted family that loves her and pretty much is her real family at this point, you know? Maybe. But is she wrong for wanting to have those questions about where she came from answered? I don't think so at all. I think ancestry is something that's important to a lot of people. You know, it's something deeply meaningful. It can tell you a lot about who you are, not perhaps by not like who you are as a person in terms of personality, but it can tell you a lot about where you came from, a lot about maybe a heritage that you didn't know that you had, that now you can seek out and connect with, you know? There's other things out there beyond just, oh man, I just want to meet my parents. All right, 59% of people say no, OP is not the asshole. So I didn't manage to win the majority vote. I did not manage to win the majority vote. Sad. Sad. Possibility of meeting extended family as well. It went up. It did. Still an impressive comeback. Hell yeah. Hobo of Mexico, thank you. Sometimes you gotta back up your sister, like when you need to sacrifice your parents to a demon, for example. What the fuck? Alright. Alright. Here is why... here's my real opinion. Welcome to Peppa, thank you. Peppa, I'm Irish now. Hell yeah. Okay, here's my real opinion. I don't know. I don't know enough about the situation. OP is kind of an asshole. Kind of an asshole. But also, you know, like, for OP, like, it's gotta be painful to like dig all this shit up, you know? It is important to her sister, and I do think she should help her, you know, because I do think you should in general put others before yourself where you can. And this is the kind of thing where like if she went through with it, it would probably like help herself and not just her sister, you know? Like having, like, even if she doesn't want these questions answered, you know, it could probably help her as well, you know? Sink or swim, sis, you're an adult now. I think matters like this are, I think even if they were like 60 years old, then they're like 80-year-old, you know, it's still gotta be something emotionally heavy, you know? Were you in debate club? God, I wish my schools had debate club. Not caring is good. More people should care less. I think OP is totally right to not care. I do think OP is totally right to not give a fuck, you know? Like, those people abandoned her. It does suck that she's not gonna know, like, where she came from or anything, but, like, who the fuck cares, you know? They fucking abandoned her, like, whatever. You know, fuck them. Fuck them. If the other people cared, then they could have reached out at some point, but they didn't, so... Debate club is more about structured rebuttals, not winning arguments. More of a technical discussion rather than a... I guess. Appeal to emotion one. Have a gaslighting everyone in the debate club. OP can feel however she wants. If anyone is an asshole in this situation, it's the younger sister who keeps wanting to make a decision for OP. See, I think people are too... I think people are too weak-willed. You know? I think... here's my mean person take. I think people are too weak-willed, and if somebody else... you know, like, insisting on something or putting a bit of pressure on you is enough for you to be like, oh, no, you're pressuring me. You're an asshole, whatever. It's like, you know, like, just say no. Is it annoying to keep saying no to people? Sometimes. But, like, just say no. It'd be nice to support her sister, but she would be putting herself in a difficult position. She would prefer to be ignorant. She may prefer to be ignorant, but it would be even more hurtful to be forced to find out. That's true. Even if OP didn't want to meet them, they should at least get the family medical history to see if they have a history of heart problems or diabetes. Some diseases are hereditary. I agree with that fully. Just say no, Pippa Pimpkin. Just say no, forehead. It's the same thing with cyberbullying. Unironically, just walk away, dude. People are like, oh man, cyberbullying. Oh man, people are being mean to me. Just fucking close the tab, idiot. It can get overwhelming. It can. Listen, I am a fucking public figure, okay? I get people, like... who fucking like actually have it out for me, and you know what my advice is to just fucking like close the tab. If they pop into your chat, you fucking ban them. If they harass you on your in your Twitter DMs, then fucking close your DMs, dude. Like, these problems are simple, you know? Like, if they're threatening your life, that sucks because there's not really much you can do about that, you know? Like, you can try and contact the authorities and stuff, but, you know, at the end of the day, like, police don't really take it seriously, so whatever, but... realistically, they're probably not gonna actually do anything. I don't want solutions! I want to be angry! Understandable. In the post, OP have said no time and time again, but she didn't write anything about clarifying the reason to her sister, so I can stand by the fact that AP is the asshole. The little sis is guilty too. Welcome to you. I fight strangers online for sport. Base. Paramedic, bro, thank you. Now that you said that, I better not seem no weak-willed. He complimented my shoes as takes from you, Pippa. Be a man. No, I will continue to have paranoid takes. I will continue to schizo out that people are going to human traffic me or whatever the fuck. But I'm also not going to, like, continue to engage in the situation, you know? Like, somebody compliments my shoes, okay, I leave. You know, I don't stand there and go on fucking social media and be like, oh my god, we need to hunt this guy down. You know, it's funny to share the story, but, like, you have to also solve the problem for yourself. Don't pretend like you don't like it, you filthy nice shoe. What the hell? Making me think of shoe nice. Big boss taught me that complimenting people's shoes can save your life. Alright, next one, next one. Let's see here. Am I the asshole for getting a classmate dropped in a competition and jeopardizing his future after he made jokes about my mom? Probably, yeah. The place I live is relatively affluent. Okay, you're probably an asshole. And there's barely anyone in my school who isn't upper middle class. You're definitely an asshole, most likely. Which makes me an outlier as I'm not very well off compared to them. Alright, so you've got a persecution complex. People avoid me because of my family background. You definitely have a persecution complex. I know I have a pretty bad reputation, but I don't get bullied per se. I just get ignored more, which is fine since... Fine, I guess, since my 16 male anxiety is really bad. I'm quite quiet, and I don't really talk to anybody in school. Bro, chill. I had a bad year as my mom passed away and my brother was arrested, so we've been struggling more than usual. It's like God heard everything that I just said. I didn't tell anyone about it except for like 2 people in the school. I didn't know how, but people found out and word spread around, maybe through their parents. Last week, people started asking me about it, even though none of them ever talked to me before. Oh, he's pretending to be more. What the fuck? Wait, what did it say happened to the brother? The mom died, brother was arrested. Okay. So in one of my classes, the teacher was talking about incarceration, and this guy raised his hand and said, I think OP's brother got arrested recently. Why don't we ask him about his experience? I was mortified, and the teacher just said it was highly inappropriate and shut it down. I left as soon as possible. From what I heard, he got scolded after that. At lunch, I usually sit with only one other person, and the next day, that guy and all his friends came over and started asking me about my life. One of them brought up my mom and said that he was sorry for me, but I should try to keep out of trouble, and that he wouldn't want me going down the same path as my brother. I know it sounds really harmless, but I don't know. I just know that they were trying to get back at me by acting condescending. I was really mad at this point. I told them to shut up. The same guy from class called me a mommy's boy who couldn't handle a joke, and I don't know why, but that really set me off, and I started crying! And then realized they had to back off and left. And then they realized they had to back off and left. After that, I heard they were spreading rumors that my mom was a hooker and some other disgusting stuff. I knew it was from them because they told my friend to his face. My friend told me I should report all of them for provoking me. Oh my god. The guy in my class who brought up my brother had really good grades, and the school was planning on sending him to some competition. I knew that it would get him in a lot of trouble, but I didn't care at that point, so I followed my friend's advice and reported all of them. A week later, I found out that he was kicked out of the school team and wouldn't be allowed to compete in any events for the next 6 months. This is genuinely a really harsh punishment, and I didn't expect it to be so serious. At first, I felt a little satisfied, which is bad, I know, but a lot of people have been glaring at me for days, and one of his friends confronted me and told me I had such a massive overreaction and jeopardized his future over this. I'm not sure whether what I did was justified and if I was overreacting. I'm sorry if this is very long. Chat is OP the asshole. Paradoxical Madness, thank you. And then everyone clapped. And then everyone clapped. Is OP the asshole? Potato King, thank you. Popped up text on MP3. I'm amazed that the school did anything. I cannot believe that the school did literally anything. That's insane. That's insane, chat. All right. All right. Kids being annoying. This is a Joker moment. This sounds fake. This is just a trauma dump. Fake and regarded. Oh god, not the consequences of my actions. Alright. But none of these stories are real. That's okay. Because it's still fun to discuss them. Upper middle class school, Pippa, they take these things more seriously. Alright. I'm letting you, but what if he goes crazy and brings a put that gun to school? Fuck off! Is OP the asshole, chat? 63% of you said no. OP is not the asshole. Here is why OP is the asshole. OP is the asshole because OP is the asshole because he was a weak-willed little bitch who should have just fucking punched them in the face. OP should have punched him in the fucking face instead of being like, nah, I'm gonna tell the teacher. OP, instead of settling his problems like a man, was like, nah, actually, I'm gonna tell the teacher that you made me cry. I'm sad and I cried because you bullied me and I'm gonna tell the teacher and the teacher's gonna handle it. Oh, your life's ruined. Oh, that sucks. You know, you kind of actually did jeopardize his future, potentially. Potentially. What was he? Off the school team and can't compete for the next 6 months. I don't know what it is that he's participating in, some type of sport, I guess. But stuff like this actually can really hurt your prospects, you know? Not that I really consider sports to be a real job, just like how I wouldn't really consider streaming a real job, but it's also one of those experiences where it's like they're so niche that if he did have a chance to be like a sports player, him losing out on that, that's not something that he can get back later in life, you know? If he lost this opportunity because you cried over a mean comment, you know? Imagine if the sport was chess and he actually got bullied by nerds. That'd be pretty funny. Yeah, sports can also get you into good schools. That too. That too. You know, do we actually know this kid's background? Maybe this guy is being a piece of shit because he's projecting on OP because maybe his mom's fucking dead. Who knows, man? Who knows? You don't know that kid's story. And instead of duking it out like men and then sitting there laying in your own blood and spit and having an existential moment where you have a heart-to-heart with your fellow combatant, you're like, nah, I'm just gonna tell the teacher. You missed out. You missed out. United Tribute, thank you. Your Honor, he's the asshole because he didn't choose violence. Life isn't a movie? No. Here's my hot take. I say, and apparently it's probably not even gonna be a hot take because my audience is so fucking spicy. Here's my hot take though. My lukewarm relative to my audience take. I do think violence makes people more peaceful afterwards. That's my unironic belief. I think people get violent and then it gets out of their system and they tend to respect the other person more after the fact. I say this because when I was younger, eventually I started resorting to violence and it made my life a lot better. Like it just changes things. They start to actually view you as a person. Before, they would mercilessly try to destroy your life, and then you fucking hit them back, and now it's like, oh, you know, once you get like that initial like tussle out of the way, you start to view each other more as like real people. Unironically, like the violence unlocks more of your personality. That's not like good advice. You shouldn't attack people or anything, but if they hit you first, then you should hit them. If they, you know, if they cross a line, then you should cross a line back. Yeah, stand up for yourself. Mutual threats make for necessary respect. That line goes hard. Is that from something? Mutual threats make for mutual respect. Is that from something? Or for a necessary respect? Mutual threats make for a necessary respect. No, you just made that. That goes hard, dude. Holy shit, I'm gonna remember that one. Dentra, thank you. Violence is the answer. No, it's not the answer. Except for sometimes. Little Cucumber, thank you. The CQC classes win. I wasn't even like good at fighting. I wasn't even like fighting, you know? It's just like like one girl tripped me, so I got up and I punched her. And yeah, my punch sucked, all right? And everything sucked. But it still changed everything, you know? Somebody is fucking like mean to you, you know? You step up and you get ready to fucking brawl them, and maybe they'll step up as well, and maybe you'll hurt afterwards. But they're gonna look at you differently, and you just gotta hope that they don't look at you in the way of like, oh man, they're gonna call their friends and now they're gonna fucking gang up on you. But I want to say that probably won't happen. I never had that happen. But life isn't a shonen anime. It's not. It's not, because you're actually gonna have to face consequences for your actions. You are going to get in trouble. You are going to hurt. You are going to not look cool. You're gonna look like a fucking idiot. And nowadays, it's probably gonna get recorded and posted online. Fighting food, thank you. Violence isn't the answer, it's the question, and the answer is yes. Smugsuck, thank you. She's right, chat. Chat battle royale, and we will be better by the end of it. Be better people by the end of it. All the kids swarm and record it, yeah. I'm glad I didn't grow up with phones, really. I remember one girl was like recording me to mock me, and I got up and went to punch her, and that she never bullied me again, and I didn't even have to actually punch her. I didn't have to actually punch her. I just went to do it, and she backed off, and I didn't have to do it, and then like it's easy. Nowadays, like, I'd probably fucking record that and I'd fucking get blasted online or whatever, but it's gotta suck growing up now. It's gotta suck growing up nowadays. Everything is posted now, yeah. Anyways, yeah, OP, you're the asshole because you're a little baby back bitch. Grow up. Settle your differences like a man. Make them respect you. If they're not going to respect you, make them respect you. Mad Beyond, thank you for 690. Violence is my anti-drug. There's no time in life for regrets. There's no time in life to let other people step on you. You have to take your future. Shit, like, this is how you end up with like trolls remorse and shit. Like, oh, you know, I feel bad. You know what? You fucking, you might have did bad shit or whatever the fuck. You just step up, man. Get the fuck over it. Get the fuck over it. Other people are not going to validate you. Other people are not going to sit there and console you. You know? That sucks that your mom died. That sucks that your brother was arrested. That sucks that everything's going wrong for you. But you know what? Life is not gonna get any easier. You have to make them respect you. %58 say OP is the asshole! Let's go! Oh! Wow. Wow. I thank you for the chat. Thank you for the dub. Thank you for the dub. First who sold his wife. Thank you. Got it. Beating up my boss with the 1,000-pound torque wrench right now. Another dub. All right, chat. Here's my real opinion now. Andrea, thank you. The power of persuasion. Here's my real opinion now. I don't know. I don't know. This one's... I think OP does sound like a little bitch. I say this as somebody that was like a little bitch. There was a period of time, you know, where like I did just let people bully me over and over and over, and it made my life hell. And like I fought back, and it didn't feel like it ended up really ever changing anything, you know, because like some people would stop messing with me and then I'd be fine for that year, and then the next year I just have to do everything all over again, you know. I'd have to stand up for myself all over again, partially because I hop schools so much, you know. It's like maybe it wouldn't have been as bad if I was just in one school or just one area, and then I only had to do it once and things could be fine forever. But it's like I kept letting myself get pushed around each time I moved to a new school, and then eventually I would snap and fight back, and then it wouldn't even matter because either next year or the year after I'd be gone anyways. New kid is easy pickings. They really are. I used to actually be grateful when we moved in the middle of the school year, because then like other kids are more prone to adopt you, especially the kids that have no friends, right? Especially the kids that didn't make any friends at the beginning of the school year, and now they're like, all right, here's my chance to pick up the friend, you know. If you moved in at the beginning of a new year, you know, you just got kind of like pushed to the wayside. Like everybody already had their friend groups, and all the new kids like you would just there were at least in my situation, you know, everybody was always way more sociable than me. Everybody was always more charismatic. I was the loser. I was the like, I'm gonna sit here and play my fucking Game Boy Advance and shit, you know. So it was harder for me to make friends, and when I did make friends, it was usually with older kids who weren't in my grade. So it was just bad and lonely. Lunchtime was always the worst. Lunchtime was always fucking miserable. And even in a packed cafeteria, there were so many times where like nobody would sit at the same table as me. 2 trauma dump streams in a row. I'm not trying to trauma dump. I'm just saying like I can empathize with OP, you know? Like it sucks. It sucks being the loser. It sucks being the lower class kid. It sucks being just not desirable, you know? Love trousers, thank you. I remember accidentally making an older bully in the 2nd grade bleed, and I've kind of felt guilty ever since. Kid never bothered me again though. I shouldn't feel guilty about that. You did what you had to do. Pippa was super stinky. I was super stinky. I was stinky and gross and depressed and hated myself and hated other people, and it sucked, you know? Shut up! Shut the fuck up. But looking back on it, you know, like, that shit was my fault. You know, I didn't do what I had to do. You know? Especially not soon enough. I'm not saying, oh, Pippa, you should have fucking, like, fought them earlier or whatever the fuck, you know? Because, like, fighting, like, it's not gonna resolve every problem that you have. You know, it's not even gonna resolve most. It's just gonna stop the people who are physically messing with you. It's gonna stop them from doing that. You know? But there's still the other kids where they're not gonna go that far, or they're just going to do things like more slyly and whatever, and you know, you can't just fucking walk up and punch them. I mean, I guess you could. I guess you could. At that point, it wouldn't be like as easy to defend, but I feel like you get in trouble. Yeah, in that situation, it's more like just you will get in trouble. I don't know. I feel like looking back on it, I should have adapted more to my peers. I should have been more aware of my environment, and I should have pushed harder to maybe not fit in, but to make others conform to me. You know? Like, this is gonna sound like maybe evil, but like, you don't have to make other people like you, but you can make them respect you, you know? And you can do that a lot of times by just like being stoic, you know, by not making it obvious when they're getting to you. To play it cool, you know, to not be obtrusive to other people, you know? So like, I should have showered more. I should have taken better care of my health. You know? Learning social skills is a process that everyone figures out at some point. Well, I still haven't learned it. It's been a long time, and I still haven't learned that. Was it evil? Well, because it's more about, like, I think the correct thing to say is like, oh, you should try and be friends with other people, and you should, you know, like, you should be kind to others, and other people will be kind to you, and blah 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 blah. But it's a good idea in theory, but a punching bag doesn't need to talk, unfortunately. That's why you punch them back if they punch you. Or, you know, like, if other people are being mean to you, like, you figure that shit out. You know, don't just take it. Especially while you're a kid and there's not really consequences, you know? Like, don't kill people. Don't fucking kill the people bullying you or whatever. But you don't have to fucking put up with shit as much as you do when you become like an actual adult, you know? When you become an actual adult, like, if somebody in the workplace is bullying you, you kind of, like, you can't just fucking, you can't punch them, you know? You're just kind of stuck dealing with it. You know, it just like, but they're like, at the same time, you're not, you know, because you're in charge of yourself and you're in charge of your future, you know? So, you know what, I take it back. You're not stuck dealing with it. You're not stuck dealing with it. You just gotta figure out how to protect yourself. At that point, you should have the tools to control yourself. Cries and tells HR. You resort to administrative violence. Thinking about things. All right. Am I the asshole for not giving my husband more sympathy? Am I the asshole for not pleading to the PTA that they stop canceling meetings with me? Huh? That sounds dumb. Am I the asshole for repeating back what he said to me? Am I the asshole for telling my mother-in-law I don't want to spend my birthday with her? For confiscating my son's iPad! No, Eclipse, like, the correct thing is both earn respect but be kind? Yeah. That's, yeah. Am I the asshole? My sister is having my dad's side piece in her wedding, and I told her that's wrong. Alright. Alright, this one sounds really stupid. This one sounds really stupid. I'll try to keep this sort of story short, but essentially, the close family friend, we'll call her Emily, that my father has a child with and has been cheating on my mom with for the last 15 years is going to be the matron of honor in my sister's wedding next fall. Our family met Emily back in 2009 when she and my mom were pregnant at the same time. She's about 10 years or so younger than my parents. I hated her all through my childhood because I felt like there was something fishy about how close she was with my dad. My dad went out to Cali a few times while I was stationed there for work a few years back, but only to visit Emily, who lived about 7 hours away from where I was. Even though he was out there once when it was my birthday, Emily stopped him from coming up to see me because she had already made plans for my dad's visit. This made my mom mad as hell and absolutely crushed me. I talked to my mom finally a few years ago, and she told me that while yes, she was okay with the open marriage concept at first, she quickly... Bro. She quickly changed her mind and told Emily and my dad to stop, and they just continued and blatantly disrespected my mom. So my mom cut her off from our family for a few years, but then magically my dad brought her back into our lives and sent her on a cruise with our mom, and a year later knocked her up. While I think my mom doesn't want to fight and keep the peace since my 2 younger sisters still live at home. Her and dad are high school sweethearts, and when we were kids, we knew that they loved each other, so I can't fathom how my dad can live with himself after doing all these things to her. I asked her why she kept letting this go on, and she just said that she's gone numb to the pain. That was the first time I have ever heard my mother cry. Well, it sounds like she's not numb to the pain then if she's fucking crying about it. Everyone in my extended family knows what my dad did and absolutely despises Emily, but my sister just isn't bothering to have her at the wedding party. Both my mother and I talked to my sister and explained that while we are so happy to be part of her wedding and support her in her big day, she's crazy if she thinks that there won't be tensions. She essentially told us, well, mom was okay with it at first, so I don't see how Emily and dad are doing anything wrong. Of course, then I had to break down the concept of consent to her. Oh my god. She still calls Emily mom number 2. My parents are still married and Emily is still married to her husband. Emily not stepping away from my family when my mother first told her to stop, you know, fucking her husband, is the part that my older sister just isn't grasping. I know this is also completely on my father as well. I had to cut contact with him for a few years over it. My sister having Emily near our family again is going to tear open so many wounds for a lot of people. Am I the asshole for trying to open her eyes to how wrong all this is? Chat, is OP the asshole for trying to open her sister's eyes to how wrong it is to have her dad's side piece in her wedding as her matron of honor? Yes, this is stupid. I'll run the queue. Gift of peace, mom, a chair. Glad execute by the asshole if I bully Yoshi live on stream. What the fuck? Open your eyes. Drama, drama, drama. Stop sending the cheater around for. So many of these are cheating. Why are so many people going on r/am I the asshole and being like, fellas, is cheating bad? Fellas, what should my place be in somebody else's marriage? Reddit, what should my opinion be on my parents and their I don't want that clipped out of context. Lord Clips, thank you. This is soy enough to be real. This is pretty soy. This is pretty soy. What was that? What was that? What was that? Okay. 66% of you guys say no, OP is not the asshole. All right, I'm gonna take a sip of my Pepsi. All right, chat. 87% of you say OP is not the asshole. So here is why OP actually is the asshole. Lindsay, thank you. When I was in school, my autism kicks in. My autism kicked in like crazy. A kid took my bag, so I threw him because he was half my height in front of 200 people. That's so based. That's so based. OP is the asshole because it is not her circus and not her monkeys. Her sister is having a wedding and she invited somebody that she is close with and she considers to be a second mom to her to be her matron of honor. OP, it is not your day. Why are you trying to police what your sister is doing on her wedding day? If your parents do not want Emily around, then they can have her not around any other day. They are going to your sister's wedding and somebody that they don't like is going to be there. Well, it sounds like your dad likes her a little bit too much. But anyways, it's not their business. You know? It's not your business. Yeah, you can just not show up. You could not show up, or like your mom and your dad could not show up. Sorry, I thought you were reading a Reddit post. Can we talk about the elephant in the room here? She makes it sound like essentially the close family friend we'll call her has been cheating on my mom with my dad for the last 15 years. Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. Fucking nuh-uh. What do you mean cheating? What do you mean cheating? Your dumbass parents had an open relationship. What do you mean cheating? They agreed to that shit. All right? Your mom said actually takes these backsies. All right? Over a dumbass decision that she made. You want to talk about consent? Your dumbass mom consented to an open marriage. All right? And then she was like, nope, don't like that actually. It does sound like your dad is a dick. The fact that he chose to go stay with his girlfriend instead of show up for your birthday. All right? That is a dick thing to do. However, is this the full story? Because you sound really annoying. So I am not inclined to believe a word you have to fucking say. All right? I'm a little bit biased because I'm not one of those people who's like, no, everything has to be done the day of. It's just not the same if we celebrate Christmas the day after or the day before. Like, fuck off. It's a day. You know, it can be whatever day you want it to be. It can be whatever you make it to be. Does Christmas matter if you don't have a tree up? You know, like if you're not celebrating Christmas, then does it matter what fucking day it is? No. It's a fucking concept that you can apply to any day. And should you be like, every day is Christmas? No. But can you be like, well, I want Christmas actually to be a day earlier so that way, you know, like the day of like I have to work or whatever the fuck, you know, like it's like fucking fuck off. Fuck off. Your birthday. All right. It sounds like you didn't have plans with your dad for your birthday. We don't know what the plans were for him and Emily. We don't know if you signed off on those at some point. We don't know if like anything about the situation. And you're so annoying. I'm just not inclined to believe you with anything. Like, how do we know that he didn't just be like, all right, well, I'm already in the area with Emily. You're 7 hours away. That's a long fucking drive. We'll celebrate your birthday the next time I see you. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. There is literally nothing wrong with being like, that's a 7-hour drive that I'm not feeling up for. Let's celebrate your birthday on a different day. Not to be evil, but like, you sound way too emotional. You're being too emotional. You have a hatred of this woman. It's not like your fucking place. Like, you can be mad about him stiffing you on your birthday. That, like, okay, whatever. You know what? I can see why that would bother you. I think you're being a little bit like obsessed. But you know, like I can see why that bothers you. Yeah, 7 hours is not nearby. That is an entire state away. Yeah. 7 hours is a long trip. Because you know what you have to do after you drive those 7 hours? You have to drive 7 hours back. That's not 7 hours, that's 14 hours total. Fuck off. Fuck off. That, like, come on, that's over half the day spent fucking driving. Jesus Christ. There's nothing wrong with the dad saying, we'll celebrate your birthday next time we see you. Maybe he didn't do that. Maybe he was just like, oh, nope, sorry, can't come. I have plans with my girlfriend. That would suck. That would suck. But God, like, I just don't, like... Why are you so focused on it? Why are you so focused? Anyways. Okay, let's see here. He was out there once when it was my birthday. Okay, this made my mom mad as hell and absolutely crushed me. I talked to my mom finally a few years ago and she told me that, well, yeah, she was okay with the open marriage concept at first. She quickly changed her mind. Define quickly. Define quickly. And what do you mean? Like, what do you mean changed her mind? Did she say anything? Told Emily and my dad to stop and they just continued and blatantly disrespected my mom. Okay, but like how? How? Like, I want to say ideally if you're having an open marriage that you're probably going to like, I guess hopefully be like checking up with the other party, you know, to make sure that they're still cool with it, presumably. But I don't know. What was your mom doing in all this? I want to know what your mom was doing in all this. Was your mom like, no, you can't be having an open marriage. By the way, I'm still participating in an open marriage. You know? Pardon me, thank you. Theory, both wanted the NTR arc, but only dad succeeds. She probably had a guy on the side. Yeah, what is... OP, what is your mom not telling you? What is your mom not telling you? I will say it's based that the parents were not like exposing their kids to this. I guess, you know, like she was just like known as like the close family friend, you know? But like I don't know. She's gone numb to the pain. That was the first time I ever heard my mother cry. Then she's not numb to it. So she's a liar. Your mom's a liar. What else is she lying about? What else is your mom lying about? Mom was okay with it at first, so I don't see how Emily and Dad are doing anything wrong. Of course, I had to break down the concept of consent to her. Is there a reason why your mom couldn't divorce your dad? If this was going on, your mom could have sued him for adultery. Adultery is a crime. I think in every state, actually. Is there any state where adultery is not a crime? Consent in an open marriage? Mom probably has no job. Mormon state, probably? I wonder. Adultery is not a crime in all states? Adultery isn't a crime, Pippa. It is a crime in some states. It's not a crime. Chat! What states is adultery illegal? Arizona, Kansas, Oklahoma, it's a felony. South Dakota, it's a misdemeanor. Wisconsin and Michigan, it's a felony. Illinois, misdemeanor. Alabama, misdemeanor. Florida, misdemeanor. Georgia, misdemeanor. South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, New York, misdemeanor. Rhode Island, misdemeanor. Chat, you don't know the law. Common chat L. Common chat L. It's a cause for a fault divorce. Depends on the state. Yes. Rhode Island not cringe for once. Who follows the law anyways? Yeah, let me just murder people. But, anyways, I don't know what state she's in. I don't know what state she's in. Why didn't your mom divorce your dad? I know it's not always that easy, right? But, like, come on. Come on, man. That's a long time. That's a long time to be like, actually. And they're still together. They're still married. They're still married. The kids are out of the house. Why are they still together? It's not... You can't say it's for the kids. Because the kids are out of the house. John Baker, thank you. Used to be legal to unalive your lover's cheater if you walked in on them in Texas. Now that's fucking based. It's a long time. Yeah, 15 years. 15 years. Interesting. Sounds like the wife is the issue at this point. It sounds like everybody fucking sucks here. Everybody fucking sucks here, except for your sister. OP's sister is the only not asshole in this situation because OP's sister is like, yeah, I don't care. That's mom number 2. I'm getting extra presents this year. Yeah, I'm getting more gifts at my wedding. Thanks. Your sister is based OP and you are a sad, crying soy jack. Because she consented this could be qualified as bigamy rather than adultery. And the mistress, she thought she was going into an open relationship. Well, if the wife... Okay. If you're the mistress and the wife of the husband... God, this is complicated. If you're the mistress and the wife confronts you and says it's not an open marriage anymore, stop sleeping with my husband, and you continue to sleep with the husband, you're kind of a you're kind of a bad person. You're kind of a bad person. The husband is also a bad person for continuing to try. But I personally, like, I'm curious what the wife actually did here. I'm curious if she ever actually said, stop sleeping with my husband, or if she said something like more petty or passive aggressive, like, oh, like, isn't there somebody else you'd rather be with or some shit? I don't fucking know. Info may be gained from comments. But then I have to read the comments. Honestly, I'm surprised your mom is staying with your dad. I'm surprised your sister is so callous. Bro, she gets fucking extra gifts. I'm surprised your mom is going to attend. I'm surprised you will. You certainly aren't the asshole, but your dad, Emily, and your sister is... How is the sister the asshole? But mostly your dad and Emily. I cannot believe she asked her to be the maid of honor. Oh my god. Not the asshole. I feel for your mother, but I can't see a way to solve this. You can only persuade someone to cease hurtful behavior on the grounds of the pain they are inflicting upon others if the person in question has a conscience, which neither your sister nor father seem to possess. You are such a projector. You are projecting like a fucking petri dish in a fucking middle school classroom. You motherfucker. You motherfucker. Only thank you. Now you have to defend the biggest asshole and all her mistakes, Pipkin Pippa. Like, come on. You've told your sister how you feel and that you believe it is wrong. Now you have to let her decide. You've done your part. It is your choice to attend or not, but whom your sister gets to include in her wedding. Oh, or not, but not about whom your sister gets to include in her wedding. If your mother doesn't want to be around Emily, why did she go on a cruise with her? Yo, wait a minute! Wait a minute! Black number one, thank you. Isn't there someone they forgot to ask? Totally ran out of characters to include that part, but according to my mom, she was willing to try a normal friendship. Oh, fuck off. Come on. No, the fuck she was not. No, the fuck she was not. No woman is like, you're cheating on... my husband is cheating on me with you. Let's be friends. Fucking kill yourself. With her... Okay, sorry. Totally ran out of characters to include the part. But according to my mom, she was willing to try a normal friendship with her again. And Emily was super remorseful about everything. And she pretty much buttered up my mom and then backstabbed her again by getting with my dad again. Yeah, how? Yeah, how? Yeah, how? How? Sounds like bullshit. This sounds like bullshit. OP, you sound like a useful idiot. I'm sure your mother loves you. I mean, I want to side with you, but honestly, I can see why your sis thinks, well, mom was okay with it at first, so I don't see how Emily and dad are doing anything wrong. Like, this isn't a clear case of cheating. If your mom was willing to tolerate and put up with this and not divorce, then I don't necessarily think that you and or your sister should need to be outraged on her behalf. This is just a mess, and we're obviously not getting into the nuance or all the in and outs of a very gray area 15-year situation. I don't know. Nah? The mom does seem oddly very good. Oh! They're waking up, chat! The Redditors are waking up! Arclight, thank you. I like how the dad doesn't get blamed like a Chad. Oh my god. Oh my god. They're breaking the conditioning. Not the asshole, your sister has chosen Emily. She probably perceives your mother's behavior as weakness and cowardly. I mean... She's also been raised by your shitty father, so she's unfortunately going to share some of his perspective. She's trying to hurt your mother for being so weak. You're insane! She's trying to hurt your mother for being so weak. Or maybe she just actually likes Emily and doesn't care about your parents' relationship drama. She's chosen her side. Y'all need to move on. Don't go to the wedding. Your mom will be miserable. You'll be trying to control things that can't be controlled. Y'all should go on vacation somewhere during the wedding and obtain a divorce for your mother. Bro, what the fuck? If the mom is still currently married to the husband, she cannot be that upset about the cheating and there for trying to make everyone else take action when she herself feels very flimsy. Depending on... Wait, is this... No, it's not them again. God, this person is... What the fuck? These people are insane. They want destruction. They want to ruin these people's lives. Why are you and your mother going to the wedding? I would just say, dear, if you're... It's your day, invite who you like. Unfortunately, I can't abide attending with her there. God bless, I love you. Then you and your mother can be together that day. Don't either one of you have backbones! Roast them! No wonder Emily and your father get away with this. There's no consequences. Grow some ovaries. Quit whining about the situation. When did Reddit become based? Oh my god! Holy shit. I would cut ties with your father, his mistress, and anybody else that enables it. It's very disrespectful for your sister to do that to your mother, and I won't even attend the wedding, and neither should your mother. I don't care whose feelings are hurt. They're not worried about her feelings, your mother. Your mom needs to get a backbone and end her marriage. True. If it's really an issue. Chat, you are the asshole. Your mother agreed to an open marriage. He agreed and acted on it. She changed her mind. He didn't. Your mother sounds miserable, but she isn't the martyr she's making herself out as. I think she's allowed to change her mind. Chat. I think OP is the asshole, but I think for a different reason. You know, like I think OP's mom is not a martyr. that, alright, I don't think she's the martyr she's making herself out to be. But, like, I do think you can be like, you know what? No, open marriage bad. You know, you don't have to be like, well, I have to end literally everything. I'm assuming anyway. You know what? Yeah, maybe open marriage is just like a Pandora's box. You can't close it again. I don't know. I wouldn't want to find out. It was always inappropriate of her to try and use you as an emotional crutch. True. And turn you against your father. True. Emily didn't betray your mother. She never dated your mother and didn't have an agreement with her. There is no such thing as poly by permission. What? What does this mean? Your father didn't have an affair. He doesn't have a mistress, and it doesn't sound like he disrespected your mother either. He just didn't agree with her. Okay, wait, what? Wait, okay, no, it's getting a little bit burnt here. Nowhere in your post do you mention a single thing that was stopping your mother from divorcing your father if she wasn't happy. Okay, I agree with that! She chose to stay in an unhappy marriage. She chose to cry to you about it, and now she is choosing to try and dictate your sister's wedding list. Okay, this is a weird post. This is a weird post. It's becoming Reddit again in a really weird way. This guy jumped the shark. Yeah, once you're polyamorous, you're polyamorous forever. What the fuck? This is some open marriage advocate. Yeah, what the hell? You're the asshole! Does your mom dictate your dad and Emily's relationship? I agree with your sister. Your mom agreed to an open marriage. Your dad has a child with her, and then your mom couldn't handle it? Wait, I forgot about that part. Wait, Emily and the dad have a child together? Oh yeah, he does. Wait. Then are they even still, like, cheating with each other? Or is he just, like, being there for, like, his kid, I wonder? And she has a husband too. Oh wait, what the fuck? Wait. I forgot that. Wait, Emily has a husband? Like, these people are stuck with each other. Like, your husband can't just, or not your husband, your dad can't just, like... It says it at the end. What the fuck? Last paragraph. Emily is married too. What the hell? These people are crazy. I think you and your mom are delusional for expecting anything to change. True. I also think your mom had the option to divorce your dad if she no longer wanted an open relationship. True. I do agree that there will be tension, but I also agree with Emily. Your mother created the situation. Yeah, so wait, so the sister isn't even just like, this is like mom number 2 who I was like raised around. And I'm just attached to this person. It's also the mom of her half-sister. So... her half-sister's probably gonna be at the wedding too. I would never accept an open marriage based, but I think your mom's thinking on this is unhinged based. So just because she no longer wanted it, Emily was supposed to comply and your dad too? Yeah, I do think that, yeah. They did what was expected, just kept going. I mean, I guess that is expected, but that's still... Your mom hurt herself, stop blaming Emily and your dad. This kind of like takes some of like the autonomy away from these people, though, you know? Like, I think it's... I think the mom does have the right to be like, I don't want this anymore. You know? And then I think what would have been reasonable is for the dad, the husband, to divorce her if he wanted to keep... If he wanted to keep, like, going with the open marriage thing, he should have divorced her. You know? Or she should have divorced him. If it was that big of an issue for her, she should have divorced. What happens if dad loves them both? Then he should pick one. He should fucking pick one. Because one is saying, no, you can't have the other one. So the only option is to pick one. Yeah, Emily is still married as well. Yeah, like, what the hell? This is insane. She should just sleep with Emily's husband. I think OP should sleep with Emily's husband. I think this would fix everything. Oh wait, oh, here's OP. I don't really understand why they haven't gotten divorced. He's clearly in love with someone else. I'm also confused how much Emily has been allowed in the lives of these kids, and this whole timeline is confusing. If Sister called her mom number 2, it seems likely that she's been pretty heavily involved in her life. It's only adults to be adults. If they let a child sister grow up attached to her, they don't have room to be angry that she still loves her. But yeah, the timeline on this is incomprehensible. They met 15 years ago when both women were pregnant. At some point, the marriage was open. Mom changed her mind and cut out Emily. Dad brought back Emily. Emily and Mom went on a cruise. Emily got pregnant from Dad. The lack of ages on anyone doesn't help make this any less confusing. Oh shit, yeah, I see how the timeline here doesn't make sense. When my mom and Emily were both pregnant, it was my youngest sister and Emily's oldest son. That does not help. My oldest sister was already 25, was already about 10 when Emily got into the picture. Okay, yeah, so your older sister was raised with this woman. I don't know why she's so attached to her. Well, you don't know because you weren't born yet. And you weren't raised with her. You weren't raised with this woman being your mom during your formative years. I don't know why she's so attached to her, because I know I'm not, and my younger 2 sisters are too young still to really understand what's going on, so they're completely out of the loop. Emily's child that she has with my dad is only about 4 now, I think. I hope that helps a little. This is so confusing. It's so confusing. Chat! Is OP the asshole? This is my last one. Can I get to my super chat list, please? I want to do more of these because that was fucking insane. This has been an insane stream. Next time we can dress it up a little bit more. Okay. Dango. God. Man. Everybody's nuts here. Everybody's fucking insane. 80% are saying OP is the asshole! Another W! Another W, chat! Holy fuck! Beep! Thank you for the 10 gift beeps! Thank you! I think that makes 3 times I've convinced chat. I think that's made 3 times. Good job convincing us. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. My real opinion is pretty much everything that I said, other than your sister's kind of an asshole for inviting all those people at like to the same wedding. You know, like she could host like a general wedding that's like more open, I guess, for like core family, and then do like a second smaller party for, or maybe do like the big party for like anybody who wants to, and then maybe like a separate party, I guess, for like just close family, and probably leave out Emily. But I don't know. Open wedding for open marriage. Don't invite any of these awful people. Fair. Second mom party. Yeah, second mom party. Make each mom pay for each party. Someone is marrying into this. That poor guy. He could make a killing, like, fucking documenting all this shit. Don't invite Emily, but invite Emily's husband. Oh, man. Alright, 80% of you guys say yes. OP is the asshole. I think so, too. Potato King, thank you. Better call Saul OP theme.mp3. There's gonna be a lot of bad clips from this. There's gonna be a lot of really, really bad clips from this stream, but that's okay. That's okay. That was fucking hilarious. There's so many of these. I do empathize, like, with the bullied kid. Like, I did manage to win chat over, but I also don't think he's wrong for being... I don't think he's, like, actually an asshole for being a kid that, like, just doesn't know what to do, and his life is falling apart, and his peers are against him. Like, that's a shitty situation. I do feel really bad for him. And I hope he manages to... Not wrong, just weak, yeah. He's not wrong, he's just weak. And I hope he gets like a strong figure in his life that can help guide him in his very trying times. Also, the bullies got in trouble for the rumor about his dead mom being a hoe. Yeah, he did get some revenge. Sandra, thank you. It sounds like it kind of made his life a little bit worse too, though. Sandra, thank you. That sounds like a really unhappy story, but today's my birthday. Can I get a happy birthday? Happy birthday, Master! Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Master. Happy birthday to you. I just passed a thumbnail of a clip inferring you supported slavery, so I think weird clips are fine. Okay, well, just while we're, you know, we're getting our real opinions out there, slavery is bad. Slavery is not good. Thank you. The lying is bad for your health. You are cute. Looks like thank you. She's definitely getting bombarded. Her new Discord is at 5k members and crashed my Discord trying to join. Disregard! The you bullies rise up. Pippa's with us on this one. Mr. Yura, thank you early and often. Dirty J, thank you for the 5 gift pippies! Thank you, FC playthroughs, thank you! I agree, the bullying is based. Long neck, pillow, stream, Pippa the Ripper. Drexel, thank you! The child isn't going to get the same love and care from the mom and siblings who see the kid as a reminder their father/husband was a piece of shit. Well, that's on them. That's on them. Those siblings that were like, no! We don't want our 1-year-old baby sister around because our dad cheated. That 1-year-old kid did not do anything wrong. Onwin, thank you. Brave take, Pippa. I know, very brave take. Stunning and brave. Wakandan lad, thank you. CPS works on reunification and next of kin. General Butterscotch, thank you. I vibe with your sentiment, but I also don't think it's worth the poor girl suffering a Jon Snow scenario. I don't know that. I don't know what that is. Jesse's not thank you. The family reunions have got to be great. Christopher Bilko, thank you. Pippa, you're correct on Joker 2, that Arthur Fleck was never the Joker, and the point of the Joker in Joker 2 films was about mental illness and people who fall in the crack in our mental health system until it is too late. Thank you! Thank you, Bilko! Thank you, Mr. Bilko! Thank you. Thank you. L. Right back to the L. Loose change, thank you! Different problem, same solution. Cheater should move. Jesse's not, thank you. He's in the right. Zion, thank you. As a married man, I know there is no winning in this situation. The woman would have been mad either way. Drake, thank you. If her underwear was put into the same hamper, then what did she expect? The friends... The girl... Hold on, I gotta DM somebody. Today's Friday, right? 9 PM PT Friday. If I'm answering DMs is hell frozen over. I know, it's crazy. Drexel, like ULP just shamed her sister poor and is justifying it. I also kind of do think that divorce probably absolutely fucked over that one woman. That divorce, like, going from most likely like a double income household. Usually women get shittier jobs and aren't making as much. Like, that probably like fucking tanked their income. Dead Chan, thank you. And she probably is like overcompensating a bit. But like, they get half. Sometimes, not all the time. Anthronite, thank you. Anthronite, thank you. Lily is a own nothing and be happy pod dweller. The Mighty Quinn, thank you. I love my Lou and Pippa hoodie. Excellent craftsmanship, and I've received many compliments on it. Most of them from people who don't know what a VTuber is. Hell yeah. FNC, thank you. I was 0 is still 0. Arclight, thank you. Kids shouldn't worry about hypothetical social inequities, especially in this climate. I don't think it's... I'm not gonna get in all it. Artime, thank you. Change this money problem into one about race, and the answer is clear cut. What? What was the context for this? Edward Orlando, thank you. Defending shitty people in court was one of your possible futures. Aren't you glad you dodged that? Yep. My ass is not getting them out of jail. They are getting the fucking death penalty over stealing like a fucking candy bar, dude. United Tribute, thank you. Can I get one of those straws you're grasping for? The action, thank you. Hope he's rooting the child. Now he won't become an obnoxious, insufferable activist and grow up to be a productive member of society. Oh, and will grow up to be a productive member of society. Thank you. Maybe OP giving passive support, but sis felt more. Justine's not thank you. Pippa, your shoes are lovely, but very last season. The Piss Panda, thank you. This wouldn't happen if school lets kids throw hands like the good old days. True. The Pickled Cucumber, thank you. OP is an a-hole. Reason, cringe. Donovan, thank you. Counterpoint, talk crap, get crap. True. CPPC Tech, thank you. Clippers, do your thing. The Piss Panda, thank you. OP is an a-hole for not bringing his mom back to life with the Dragon Balls. True. Darling, thank you. This isn't the 80s schools have zero tolerance now. I remember my schools, I would always get in trouble for fighting back. I'd always get an in-school suspension, but it's like, it's worth it. It doesn't like stay on your record forever or anything. Like, who cares? Who cares? Oh no, I have to sit in fucking detention. Oh no. Oh no, this is so hard. Arclight, thank you. My lawyer, Pipkin Pippa, said I could desecrate that grave. Erling, thank you. This is Rumham, thank you. Telling the teacher won't get his brother out of jail. Has the thank you tit for tat based? High school would get you arrested, Pippa? Well, I didn't get arrested, so. Nick the Dick, thank you. Maybe it's because I'm a girl too. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's worse. Maybe it's more difficult if you're a guy. Maybe you get in more trouble. Welcome, Liang. Thank you. No reports, no problems. Or maybe just when you go to shitty enough schools, nobody cares. Nick the Dick, thank you. Violence is the oldest and most supreme power known to man. The only times it didn't work is because your adversary used more violence than you. And Dakota, thank you. Can't believe this is the one you convinced me on. CPPC Tech, thank you. When I fought back, they stopped. Have confidence. True! Has, thank you. Fuck them kids. You just humbled them. Thank you for the $100. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Make sure there's no witnesses. Just fight them after school. I never did that. I remember one time I stopped at a fast food place after school. I was in high school. And I stopped at Dairy Queen. And there was a group of girls who kept looking at me and like laughing. And I just walked up and said, "Do you have a problem?" And they stopped. That was my only like off school grounds experience. And I was so nervous. I was so nervous doing it because it's so like I'd never confronted somebody off school grounds before. But and also I was in a fucking fast food place, like holding my goddamn sandwich. I remember I was holding one of those plastic trays with my sandwich and a drink. And I did not have money to get more food. Ninja, thank you. Most schools have zero tolerance policy, and if he hit the bully, OP would probably have been expelled. Probably OC, thank you. I just developed an edgy sense of humor and pretended to be gay with what few friends I had. That seems like a valid survival tactic. People stopped messing with me because making others uncomfortable works surprisingly well. Embrace the cringe. Probably thought you might have a gun. I had just come from school. We had both... Not both. All of us had just come from school, so I don't think, I don't think any of us would have had weapons, realistically. I remember that school did have, like... I want to say zero tolerance policy, because I remember some girls getting into a fight in the parking lot, and neither of them ever showed up. I never got into a fight at that school. I only had that one confrontation. So I do wonder if it would have gotten me kicked out if I did do anything there. But thankfully, like, everybody was pretty chill there. It was like a... What's the term for it? It was like a technical school where they, like, teach you... They prepare you for the workplace. It's not like a normal high school. It's like a... Get ready for the 𝐒𝐨𝐢𝐚𝐥 type school. The Piss Bandit, thank you. Thank you for the 200... Oh, wait, thank you for the $5. 200-pound body slam over most bullies. Artemy, thank you. Vocational. Artemy, thank you. for the 698 SGDs. Theory both wanted the NTR arc, but only Dad succeeds. 𝐏𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐿𝐴, he's an anime harem protagonist. He's on a mission. Trade school, not a trade school. I don't remember what it was called. But it was like, you'd clock in, and you had locker, like... You had like a locker setup that wasn't like normal school lockers. It was like little... It was like tiny lockers. And then you would sit at your computer and do everything at your computer. And there were like some classes you could actually go to, but not many. Like cubby holes, kind of. I mean, they were still lockers. A charter. I think charter school is like a term for it. It's staring at computer all day school. Yeah, well, it wasn't like a normal amount of time either. It was only for a couple hours each day. So I would go in the morning and I would clock in and do my time. And nobody like supervised you or anything. So you just like sit there and you do your assignments and stuff on the computer, and you could ask for help if you needed help with something. There were staff. And then I'd leave and I'd go sleep in the library until my parents could pick me up at like fucking 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. I would just sit there in the library, sleeping, reading manga. I'd go to the convenience store, and it wasn't a convenience store. It was like a regular store, and I'd buy snacks and stuff and sit there and live a very, very unconventional school life. Sitting playing armor games. I remember there were some games that I could play that bypassed the school firewall. Was it relaxing? No. No, it filled me with constant anxiety being around other people and exposed to other people, and like I didn't think I could eat in the library. And I didn't want to ever try, so I just sat in the stairwell to the library. And the stairwell was super sus and very dark. And sometimes people would like walk by and stuff, and they'd like stare at me. And you know, in hindsight, I guess it is kind of weird. A schoolgirl sitting in the stairwell eating an entire bag of fruit. But it was like, if I sat downstairs, it'd be cold. Like if I sat at like the entrance of the library, it was too cold. But I couldn't sit in the library and eat, presumably, so I hid in the stairwell where it was fully enclosed. An entire bag, yeah, I'd buy like a full bag of cherries or like a thing of kiwis, and I'd just sit there. Surprised you didn't make any stoner friends in the stairwell? I don't think I ever made friends at the library. I kind of made a friend at the actual school. It was really awkward. I didn't really like... I don't know. I didn't like really talk to anybody. But there was this one guy that could tell I liked video games because I wore shit like a Skyrim keychain and stuff. And he was like, oh, let's add each other on Steam. And I was like, okay. And we played Payday 2 a few times. Mr. Norker, thank you. A bag of fruit? So tomatoes. No, not tomatoes. And then I forget why I stopped talking to him. I wasn't really like desperate for friends or anything, so like he wasn't like as into video games or anything. So I remember just kind of like getting bored, and I didn't really have anything else to say. All right. Is that callous, chat? All right. The stairwell goblin. Bro his ass in Payday 2. Had to drop him. Got it. He wasn't good enough in Payday 2. We couldn't fucking duo the extreme heists. I forget like what the top level heists were called. Couldn't duo them. Not worth it. ACM, thank you. Some dudes used to pick on me in freshman year until I punched one of them. I learned they were all talking, can't actually fight. Neither can I. You know what? Neither of you need to be able to fight as long as you're willing to. Alright, I'm gonna head out for the night. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. My name's 𝐵𝗶𝗶𝗶𝗶. I will see you guys tomorrow. Hold to green! Till they blow us away, till they! Till they blow us away, till they! Till they blow us away, till they!
Till day fluffles away, till day fluffles away, till day. We hope you enjoy your stay. Tuesday through Saturday, we'll see you again soon. A few hours past noon. Drinking, watching, reacting, backseating. ISP problems left waiting. What the hell is denpa eating? Mama, spare this chatters, no hair. Miss Super Chats, when will Pip Possum come back? We hope you enjoy your stay. Your favorite streamers live. So today, she'll be offline. 𝐏𝐿𝐴𝐵𝐵, we'll see you again soon. Leave a like and bob to the outro tune. Next stream we'll argue and laugh. Next stream we'll have a blast. Stick around to see who pivorates. Read the chat rules and say, hey dude, we'll stream again soon. Come back again. And remember us when you hit message send. Till day fluffles away, till day fluffles away, till day fluffles away, till day.